Yo, what is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today's video is towards my tournament that I ran just a couple of weeks ago. I unfortunately was really busy the last week. I was in the box boot camp. I didn't do very well, and I didn't do a ton of YouTube last week. So this week we're getting back on track. We're gonna be going and looking at the finals, but yeah, just wanted to tell you guys, last week, unfortunate. We'll be having a tier list this week, and we'll also be having the build guide up to date. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And the two teams both played really good Smite. This was during a little bit more of that tank meta, but it was still really good by both of these teams. See ya, boys.
All right, grand finals. Let's get them started. Let's head on to the battleground of the gods.
Yeah, and you can't pull
emerge victorious today.
Yeah, she can do it while crippled.
Balam,
she can.
Uzi, and Test
she doesn't get a Willix pulled.
Best of 5.
And if you reduce her movement speed, like if you
order side with team
what's it called?
Captain Leo, Elysium Heroes, your Chaos
Pharaohs.
side, team
If you use Pharaohs against her, she doesn't go far.
MVP at that. Looking for back-to-back in the Bobby tourney. Of course, got to mention that.
Oh yeah, we can Gamba.
Already I'm seeing too, when it comes to relics and itemizations here from Cosmic Dreamers, the purifications in response to
Heroes won last game,
which I always talk about this Ares every time I see it because it's a pick that you don't expect to go well, but Speak No Evil makes it look so good
Dreamers
because they understand
or Heroes.
Well
you got 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
Especially when you have
Dreamers or
like
Heroes,
like Crow, who are able to pull beads for you, so you can get the most out of your ultimates. Something that's worth noting too for Cosmic Dreamers, Leo, Coast, Merca will have CC immune ultimates to be able.
It's crazy.
To
I think Dudu still wins the trade because of how much they actually nerfed.
Losing out on the trade with Benny Q, but should do okay further. You
Zeus
get.
autos.
Interesting split in the jungle. You can see Scream already aggressive in the jungle of Cosmic Dreamers, which that means Odin going to be missing out on speed on the rotation through. Tough start for Valo.
Yep, Valo,
he's doing the twig
counter rotation or something like that. I'd like to see some aggressive play, but because of the way that Scream is moving through that jungle, it's going to be hard to contest that.
It does suck playing on her Ares and you're losing 2v2
because Scream's all the way on the other side. In fact, it's not a red invade, but Valo's here. Can't catch Benny. And Zeus is
speed buff for Valo fucking bailed out by this.
That chain lightning, despite the fact that it saw a bit of changes before, I'm pretty sure it got buffed recently, so the clear that Zeus has is online and ready to go. Something that I want to point out really quickly when we're talking about mid laners is Duduin with this Warrior's Axe on Bari. The fact that it
what's up, John?
Sustain and lane a little bit.
I got you. I got you.
Uh-oh.
Jump is good. Triples on. A lot of damage to Coast.
All their damage. They used like all their burst.
You're good to continue.
So the Bari, it just lets her live a bit, which is something that she needs, especially early. Fenrir can absolutely just walk up and kill her in these earlier levels until she hits that light switch, until she's got that go for green. It's like Freya of old. You just kind of kill her a bunch, but time moves forward for this character. Bari is an inevitability in a game. As soon as that timer
I feel like this matchup for
15-16 minute mark, she has a couple items online. She's gonna kill you. She's gonna turn around and kill you.
Now you gotta lock in.
You have to stay aware.
Elysium Heroes have been
solo lane matchup is interesting.
Slower starts. Cosmic Dreamers want to fight early, looking at Crow, trying to put down the dominant force.
Crow's a big believer in going a bunch of pops.
Unsuccessful, but at least they get a back forced. That'll be good for Leo for sure. And we've seen Crow go insane on Mordred, on Achilles.
It's just the Scream thing. Scream loves this build.
You think the Bracken will bring the same thing for Crow?
He goes like full tank
of a shift from the style of play
with Aspect Fenrir, with Golden Blade and Kins, and he just
from Mordred and Achilles.
Like his damage is a little bit lower, obviously, but he has more CC. Look at how far behind Valo is.
Using your ultimate.
Wait, Valo doesn't have beads.
You scoop up Valo. No, just gonna let him go for free. But
Valo's level 3, Scream's level 5.
In Crow's ability as a player to be able to execute this Cabrakan play, it is gonna be an awkward shift, so probably a little weird at first.
Oh, looks for the bite there, can't find it. Adjust. And the beads is out from Duduin. So Ragnarok down, Duduin gets away. if Valo had been bidden,
I can't remember the exact build, but it's basically just full tank with Golden Blade and Kins.
Takes the fight again with Scream, a fight in mid at the same time. Bari looking to get the better of Betty, and does to Doin with the solo kill for the first blood. Now Scream
should just get
looking
the kill.
for the lick back to Doin. Might go down, but he's got back up. The up downs are good, and Scream is gone. 2 already
You
for
versus
the
NA.
Cosmic
Don't pretend like Leo's not their best player.
Bari, huh? What
It's
a
Leo
cool
and Valo
character.
as their best two
so
players.
Much damage just in
Copium.
her passive ability that just lets her throw out another ability for free, like double balls, double
Penny getting
knockbacks.
soloed?
the
It is.
Three that has ridiculous scaling attached to it.
You
It's
want to know
so
crazy?
much
Something
damage.
crazy, Hazer? Dudu was like the 4th to last pick in the entire tournament. If that's not value, hey.
The damage off that he needs because she can just trade with him, get a little bit of healing. It buys enough time for Valo to walk up, but the
Damn, and he
fact
secured
that
blue.
Leo makes that rotation all the way from solo lane, showing that the pressure that the Cosmic Dreamers put onto Crow way early on is already showing and paying dividends for Dreamers moving forward.
Chaotic start
Dudu
to the
also
finals,
loves
but that's
this
exactly
Tritons.
the kind of finals
He
I was
loves
expecting
this
to
item.
see, at least from the Cosmic Dreamers. When I saw the 2-0 and I saw the game times, it just did seem like this sort of breakneck pace, all-out aggression versus your more sustained, thorough,
You're saying
thought-out
Dudu? Yeah, that's
gameplay.
Dudu.
And it's proving to matter. Now, one question kind of worth asking. We haven't seen the Odin at least on the Smite game portion of this tournament for the most part. I'm not sure if you
Well,
and
it's
D-Lo
just
got to see it
Dudu. Dudu's the
yesterday,
only one that
but
builds
it.
it.
Feels like the Odin just got banned so many times, and we definitely haven't gotten to see it in jungle. We've gotten to see Scream in jungle looking for the Jingwei, early forced. So what can we expect from the dead Bari? Come on, guys.
Jeez.
All right, dead Bari.
There you
Anyway, go on. Fender.
You can make it happen. Well, so Odin, to me, always feels like a pick that's very strong into Bari because she lacks a way to get out of that cage. So it was always picked up as something like a counter pick leading up to this game. Having it locked in now, it's a good pick against things like Zeus and Ares, who and
At least
Kraken
Crow's ahead.
especially, who don't have a way to get out of that cage. It's
Even though
really
he didn't
just
rotate that
about
one fight.
the cage. Again, Odin's always been, who could we lock in here? Who could we force a fight in here? And because you have a giant circle ultimate with Deduin, this Bari ultimate, you can stack up
First
some
item
damage
onk by
inside
Leo.
said cage.
Demon.
If you do 5 push-ups every time I say the word cage, by the way, you're gonna get ripped by the end of it. So that's my exercise plan moving
A
forward.
gamer
I'll be
doing a
that in the
push-up is
background.
insane.
Dude, some of these players are actually ripped. So
I don't know if I count.
But...
I don't know if I count the players, especially the side of Elysium's heroes. They're a little bit scary.
You wouldn't be saying that if Elion was in this game. Have you seen that guy? I'm
Love that
talking
guy.
boom, boom,
I felt
But-
so safe walking
I
through
think it's
New
just
York,
an
New York,
efficient
and
item. It's
Vegas
super
with-
cheap.
with Leon there. I felt so safe.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Who wouldn't? Whoa, Fenrir.
Valo's just dead. What is Valo's
Nice.
pathing there?
Valo's dead.
No beads on that Odin, so he gets scooped up by Fenrir
And
pretty much
Aspect
every
Fenrir,
time.
With a pick so
Oh,
far,
Merca's
looking for
dead
more,
now, too.
rotating over.
Oh,
Jingwei's
it's
already
fucked.
ulted. Fenrir can follow, jump
Free
on.
Gold
Damage
Fury.
good. Kano gets the kill. Gold Fury. Let's grab it. We're already here. Coast will have the answer. Has Bari nearby. Bologna on the way. Gonna be a close call for the gold. Coast looking for the steal.
Scream got it.
Scream. Able to get the gold Fury. Coast
assume Dudu's
survives
dead
the
now,
ult
too.
from Speak No Evil. The wall's fantastic. Get the dude on. And to do it is
Boom.
gone. Coast, all right. Same story. Leo, away.
He'll be all right. He'll be okay. The aggression here from Elysium's hero Coast will also be all right. So just some last minute scatterings. Well, you never know. It's a Kabraki. He kind of walks up.
Yeah,
and
Coast is playing support.
But I like that chain of events.
I don't
from Elysium
love
Heroes. So how did it
the
start?
onk
Well, we
this game by
scoop up
Leo,
this
but there
Odin
are some
because they
games where I
don't
like
have
it first.
That makes him the prime target for Scream pretty much every single time. If this Odin steps out of line, you're getting Ragnaroked, you're getting dragged under tower. There is a Zeus here.
Also, comparing it to like
You're
Mystical
done.
Mail.
Now, where do we take that immediately? It's that gold.
Hello,
Fury call.
EU.
Guess
Smite
who's
2 here.
stuck
We're waiting at the
over there
McDonald's by
in
gate
the
6.
Middle. It is, that weird Jingwei, the dual lane that's trapped over there. It's like, oh, hey, I don't like the heat getting brought to us. As Elysium Hero starts up that gold Fury, they're able to pick it up and put it down because they've already
That's
got
funny.
the man advantage, and they just follow through.
Well, 8 minutes has passed, Musi. And not the 8 minutes I expected. Elysium Heroes just able to turn this game on its head, leading 4-2, also leading in gold. And the Fortitude's also looking pretty good at that. Now, for Cosmic Dreamers, you look across the board, you see, well, what's positive.
Yeah, he loves this Titan's conch.
I guess the biggest thing you can look at is that Bari has a kill online, but the build is different than what we've seen so far from other Baris. It feels like every Bari we've seen is a different build, Yuzi.
How much does she actually get at this?
Is certainly a pick of all time.
No.
Uh-oh.
The rally, the wall's out, not going to do a whole lot to slow it down. Crow might just have to accept their fate this time. Yeah. And Crow will die mid lane. It looks like the heroes want to respond by diving the Bari. The Ragnarok is out. That should be a dead Deduin, but you've got ultimate and a lot of damage, but you can't get to the tower in time. Deduin will fall to Scream.
Unfortunate, and you know, that's what it takes to bring him down. Whoa, the ultimate from Speak No Evil and the Zeus.
Oh my.
Into the storm. Coast. Leo.
The wall.
Not dead. Okay, sure.
The coast
There's
wall.
no way they get away from this, right? Oh, the Scream I know dives that.
SMH.
I'm disappointed.
See me after class. Well, they're going to find somebody else instead. Valo, who walks up and says, all right, maybe I can find something here. But with no teammates to follow up here, might be him who's in a bit of trouble. Scream.
Okay, so we can go back to the build for Deduin now. We have a moment.
Yeah, you can't run from this Deduin. Triton's Conch for Bari. It's solid. It gives you that strength and intelligence, split scaling character, and you also have health attached to it.
I think it's good.
Something
I think it's good.
Like undervalued when it comes to Triton's Conch is going to be that aura.
Yeah, I like the overlay.
Very powerful for characters. I think in this case it's going to be Ymir, right? Who
Yep, this is finals.
On autos. You get double damage when you have them under the passive effect for Ymir. So to give them a little bit of extra strength.
You don't like Dudu's build?
We want to burn some objectives.
They might need Coach Hazer after this game to kind of give him a talking to.
Fury or a Fire Giant, I think, is where this Triton's Conch pickup really starts to shine. Yes, an Odin 2 Tess.
Tess is very animated today in the observer lab.
Shoutouts Tess. Shoutouts Scream trying to find something in this duel.
That's a classic. If they're losing, oh, he doesn't do any damage.
Yes. Hey, he's back.
I was gonna try to get more clever for you, but not that time. That was too quick of a death. Scream going lane for lane.
Yo, JK, with a gifted sub to Hazer. Welcome, Hazer.
So thank
you, JK, my goat.
Cosmic Dreamers, even more so than it is already.
Goat.
With that 2-level lead, Benny Q wall out, but the ult for some safety. Deduin focused out by Scream, wants to bring down Benny first. Can do it with the bells. The Ragnarok though will finish the deal, and why not? Add Vape Coast.
They got Benny though.
Pile 4-8. Elysium Heroes.
A Fenrir aspect.
Cosmic Dreamers looking to find the fight. They wanted to take out Benny Q there.
Fenrir aspect. You just go like 2 on hit items like Golden Blade or like Kins, and then you just go OP tank items, and you just are unkillable and you kill everyone.
Close call here. Valo in. Kano gets the gold. Valo
dead now too.
Sacrifice for Cage dropped for good measure.
Yeah, he loves this aspect.
So second gold Fury of the game goes to Elysium Heroes. They
it's gonna be more, right?
Their gold lead.
I mean, it's probably a little bit more, but it's also like 250 gold more expensive, and there's no cooldown on it.
Set. And who's gonna be the first one to start that? Traditionally, it's not Elysium Heroes. They've been losing game 1 for every single set. That's the way it's been going, but a little different this time.
He goes Golden Blade and Kins. At least that's what he went last game. He played it.
For now, we're waiting for that Bari to get online for the Cosmic Dreamers. And once it does, and it's already starting to hit, you saw the way that Doom was able to take away
I do think they needed to nerf some tank items. But I hope that they don't nerf the stats on the tank items. I hope that they just make them more expensive. Like Pridwin should not be 2550.
We are getting
Put that to like 2800.
So he is running hot and making proactive rotations.
Mystical Mail probably shouldn't be 2500 either. Mystical Mail should probably be more expensive. But I like the stats on the item. They're just too expensive. You just get them too quickly.
Pretty much as soon as they're off cooldown, especially onto Valo, who has no answer for it quite yet. Pyromancer started up by the heroes, but look at the wraparound here from Valo.
Already problematic indeed. The chase is on.
Ragnarok dead again.
Will bring back Valo into the storm. Oh man. Burial though to keep Valo up. Steps back into the storm. Cage out. Gonna get caught by Benny. Tough end for Valo. You can add another to it.
Playing Bari into Fenrir Ares.
Elysium's Heroes just continue to grow with the lead.
Yeah, he loves the aspect
There
car.
was a little weird. Maybe he's trying to get that last hit. You know that you have that save.
I have no idea. I don't know why Valo walked up.
Remember, it acts a
and
bit
why
like
Valo
an
went back
agent.
in.
You can't actually act in that. Cabrakanal from Crow. A little ambitious here.
Yeah, Leo's still holding on to Eagle's rally too. Kind of just a you kill me, I kill you type of vibe. So neither want to commit. The pyro down. So Musi, we're just continuing on through with this one. I feel like.
How are they? They were so
I'm trying to think
far
of the right
ahead.
wording. I kind of feel like this.
They
has been,
entered like
it
4
started as
fights in a
Cosmic
row.
Dreamers dictating the tempo, and Elysium Heroes just kind of ripped it back away.
A lot of that has to do with Scream showing up and just starting these fights off by taking away tools like purification and stuff like that, forcing things out with Ragnarok.
It's just Scream.
Someone who we haven't been talking a lot about.
I don't know. I think it's also
and their stat line shows
like,
it. Has
Speaks
been showing up
early
too.
gank
Speak No
into
Evil,
mid.
4-0
They
and
killed
4
Bari.
Has been a part of.
Benny was even.
8 out of the 11 kills.
Scream
so far.
then
So
killed
it's the
left.
Scream, Speak No Evil,
Like, it's-
1-2 punch that has just been walking around
Moosey's
terrorizing
hitting
the
it
map. Look at
perfectly.
them. Again, walking up together, moving around
Really good-
together, farming together.
Really good commenting
When you
there, or
have this
commentating.
combination of characters.
Commenting.
They just look at you and say, hey, if you don't have a way to deal with the CC that we have, you're pretty much dead. We have the damage on.
This
And
Bari pick,
I
like
think
Bari's
you
broken,
mentioned,
but
too, the aspect
this does
here
not
for
look like a
Fenrir
Bari game I'd want to play
lets
into.
him
You can't get over
offer a little
cab
bit of
wall.
support for
Fenrir
his
just
team.
is gonna
Build
fucking run you
teams.
down.
Dead, right?
Yeah.
Look
I
at all the
think
look at all the Elysium Heroes there. Merca
Oh,
Wait,
gets
no,
the
he's out, right?
knockup. Chase
Good
is
play by
still
Merca.
on, but now you've got backup here. Bari and Ymir turn the corner, not alone either. You've got Bologna, so Merca
And he sunders. He sunders for the kill.
Caught. Merca will
No,
die, but
give
so
the
will
kill to
Scream.
Doo-Doo,
Back to the
Coast.
tier 1
Doo-Doo
fight where
needs that
Leo
kill so bad.
caught, pulled back and dropped. So 2 for Elysium Heroes, but Cosmic Dreamers want the chase back. Cage will catch. Valo will die though. Went too deep. But Deduin's on cleanup duty with Coast. That's already 2 back for the 3 for 3. Coast will try to get back away.
Coast is
to
actually
Deduin.
huge now.
Cooldowns will be up soon. Elysium Heroes are playing a dangerous game. Wall out, bell bounce. Good damage, not enough for a pick. The 3 for 3 is where things will settle.
welcome to the 15-minute mark where Deduin is now online and starting
Doo-Doo
to
is
rack
on
up some
cleanup
kills
duty.
for their Bari pick. Also, shoutouts to the Sunder Mystical Male combination from Scream to get the last hit on Merca. Pretty baller, not gonna lie. But
Coast is highest farmed on his team
Elysium
now.
Heroes able to squeak out, well, not even squeak out. They
It
had
actually is
control of
sick
that fight. It really
as
just
a
was the
support
Bari that shows up at the
To
last
be
second.
as high a level
hey
as
guys,
Coast is.
What's up? We're having a team fight over
Because
here.
Coast
I'm
is gonna
having a team
upgrade.
fight.
Coast
I'm having some
upgraded his
goals.
starter. So now
Right.
Coast is just gonna be out farming, and he's just gonna be tanky, and he's gonna be helping his
Have
team
more
a ton.
strength and intelligence.
Yeah, it kind of is perfect.
Fire Giant.
Like, it
started
does
up
suck
by
that Doo-Doo
Cosmic
didn't get any of
Dreamers.
those, but
Mid lane though, Coast just kind of
Okay.
dead as the Fire Giant's getting done. Gets the freeze and the rocket jump away though.
And it's free
And now
fire.
you're bringing them back to your crew that just got the fire. Coast is saying, "All right, I dare
What
you.
is Speak doing?
Step up. Speak No Evil will make that
Speak?
mistake. Frozen out. Has an ult back. Will it be enough into the lightning storm? Merca up. Eagles rally out in the cage to do and find Speak No Evil. Coast
Speak?
lives. It's a ha-ha point and laugh moment for the Cosmic Dreamers. They get the fire, they get the pick. Coast walks away. What a play.
I mean, Heroes had no idea, but now they want to try to find something to freeze off the mark in the Ragnarok.
Oh, the wall though slows
That
down that
selflessness was
Ragnarok and try to
broken.
bring Valo back. Still caught. Now the response even
dead.
better. Crow will be the first one down. 2 to Deduin. Cosmic Dreamers, man, they just
What
know
are we
how to
doing?
fight these last few minutes.
Well,
What are we
They
doing?
start off that Fire Giant pretty much underneath the nose of the Elysium Heroes. Nobody had any idea. And a big part of that was because Coast is in the mid lane. So they're like, oh yeah, the tank's over here. No way they're going to start up that Fire Giant. But we know that's what they want to do.
What are we
because
doing?
Deduin
Good
has
one.
this Triton's Conch
Good
online.
one.
He's like, gather up, everybody. It's time
pulling
to
in 15
farm an
minutes is OP as
objective.
fuck,
And
it really
because
is.
Merca opted for this Boomba's Spear.
too many
They're gonna
ads.
do
You
more
can sub to
damage
not get ads.
to jungle bosses, i.e. this Fire Giant. So with those pieces coming together, Cosmic Dreamers retake control of the game
Cash broke,
with
boy.
this Fire Giant. And now that they have the pace, they have 2 big things going for them, right? Pyromancer that they just picked up. Fire Giant
Dude,
that they have right
Hazer,
now.
did
Their
Merca win
Bari
you-
is
the European
online.
tournament?
And Talisman of Purification. here for Vaporish Coast.
He
So there's
did.
an answer
Oh.
to Speak No Evil's ultimate, who had a pretty solid ultimate around that Fire Giant pit, but the damage is just not enough. Odin Spears came out, Zeusol came
That's
out.
crazy, JK. That's crazy you gifted it to him.
FG buff, pretty good.
Thank you for the gifty. Thank you, JK.
Win fights.
Yeah.
I call make
Yeah.
gifted a tier
That's
1
crazy
sub
analysis.
to pajama_Sam_.
It started really strong.
They
I
have
like
given
the- if I could take a fire, I
446
would.
gift subs in the
That's really
channel.
good.
We ended on a high note.
Respect.
All right, 18.5.
Okay.
Gold, really close. Cosmic Dreamers have made up so much ground, especially after that fire.
Too many
giant.
ads. It's
Up
not
to
gonna
this
work.
point.
It's not gonna work, Giz.
Kills is 9 to 14, but the
It's
gold
not gonna
fury,
work.
That's kind of interesting.
What's up,
At least the
Abdux? What's up,
heroes are
Mude?
Sitting on 3, so significantly buffed out. That also means Ancient Fury is going to spawn. Okay, we see it, Tess. We see the Hydras. I'll let Muzi talk
you,
about
Tess.
it.
I have to
Wait,
try.
it's
No,
his
that's
turn again.
crazy.
I'm done.
That's crazy. I'm gonna get Alani. I got a
It's your
second.
turn again.
Pass. Okay, untap, upkeep, draw. Hydra's Lament. So, I mean, yes, thank you. It feels like... Of course you're gonna get a Hydra's Lament
Stop
for your
hovering
character.
it!
That
Everyone knows what Hydras does, Tess.
It's been the same item for 8 years. We know what a Hydra's Lament is.
God, I hate you so much.
JK, thank you for the gifted sub.
You throw an
to
ability
Life
out,
Force.
you throw an auto, you throw an ability out, you throw an auto.
So
Welcome to
gifted
Bari,
a
the
tier 1
character
sub to
built
Life
around
Force
throwing out
them.
abilities
They
and
have
following
given
up
Fan build is
on
OP as fuck. Are you using the
447
aspect?
subs in the channel.
I like the your turn after. That's real good. Tier 1 added. Can you get off the survivor sash before I actually have a mental breakdown?
I call make gifted a tier 1
And the
sub
one to
to
Giz
Life
too.
Force.
It
They have
worked.
given
It worked.
448 gift subs in the
Yo,
channel.
Lethal, thank you for the 5
Three-person
gifties also. Thank you. Welcome everybody that got a gifted sub from either JK or Lethal links. Thank you guys.
Now it's something like
Thank you.
we've kind of seen the
Welcome
firefights. We've now
everyone.
seen the gold lead pivot.
Welcome.
significantly for the Cosmic Dreamers off the back of grabbing towers and just kind of cleaning up the map from it, right?
You guys are fucking
But
awesome.
you still have 3 tier 2 towers up for the Elysian
Now there's
heroes.
less
Easy. So
less
what's the key
ads
to
for you
cleaning
guys.
up the mistakes around these objective fights that we're starting to see, so this next fire isn't just it isn't
Dodged.
sneaky, and then the fight after isn't messy. What's your simple thing to watch for?
So from Elysium Heroes, it's
Your
I talk
turn,
about it a lot, but
rich
again,
man.
It's this 3-stage dive.
Little gin and
competition
tonic?
where We need to try to bake Crow a little
It's
bit.
an
more to
Alani.
see
I don't
what
drink
he
on
can
Sundays.
find In terms of
Lonnie flavor,
alternates. I mean, if
dream
we can
float.
force out
It's like an
early
orange
Odin cage
creamsicle flavor.
so that Benny or Kano doesn't get stuck inside of it, then maybe we can start to look for a little bit more. It's this give and take game where you got to give and give and give. Or if you're Scream, you can just jump on somebody and try to find something here. Not too much though. And then Benny is just looking for that big ultimate. Hit as many people as you can in the giant circle. Ideally, we want to have Speak No Evil drag people into it, and then you hit the stun after the fact to get your max damage.
Whiskey
up. The problem
terrorists
is
are
with
hitting the
Bari
Hazer
ultimate,
household
you can just
hard.
live through that, so it gets a little dicey.
Valo forces the heroes off of the Ancient Fury. It's dropped but not picked up by
Is-
Dreamers. Mercaneer
Valo's
got
just-
the Dreamers kind of on a flank
is
now
happening?
as the Ragnarok in.
Oh, Merca?
Canceled out by Merca, who lands
Oh
in the
my
storm,
goodness,
takes
Benny
a
just
lot of
did so much
from it.
damage.
In the cage is 3. Problematic. The shell to get out. This is going to be messy, but who's going to get the better of it? Looks
Post?
like it's going to be the heroes off the back.
Post?
It's some great work.
Oh my
from
goodness.
Scream to
Oh, it's a
find
stomp.
The double. Jumping in. Crow gets the 3rd. And the Cosmic Dreamers. This is a nightmare of a
Yeah, you were
fight.
right about this, Odin.
4
He really
dead
can't
as
do
soon
anything
as
in these
they
fights.
arrive. This Ancient Fury is free. Had they lost the 5th, it could have been more.
Well, and the fact that Elysium Heroes were able to find Doduin so quickly, and the ultimate there that they threw out just wasn't able to connect in the way that they were looking for. And without that Bari damage, Cosmic Dreamers attack
Oscar
potential
Meyer
gets neutered
Odin is
pretty
not
heavily.
OP.
Because who do you have?
How
to
do you ever get
follow up?
ahead? The
Jingwei,
start that they did
who, I
also
mean, he's been
fucked
ragging
him.
on Jingwei picks for
They
the
got
entirety
fucked by
of
the start.
forever, right? Certified
Valo started
Jingwei haters
blue.
over here.
He did the
And then
twig. I don't know if you know what the twig
Leo and
is, but Valo started
who
blue,
just get turned on
and
by the
Scream
rest of
started the
Elysium
enemy
heroes.
speed.
And now Elysium Heroes turn this around to that
So
Fire
Valor was level
Giant,
3 and Scream was level
everybody's
6.
Still dead. So this FG, a foregone conclusion, headed towards the Elysium Heroes.
Fire should be free, but
I mean, Odin can't start the fight.
slow. Bomb. Got it. All right.
Odin
that
cannot start the
took a
fight.
minute for that fire. I mean, I know there was no rush because there was no steal attempt, but my goodness. With fire down,
I actually think
clean up Pyro
if competitive
too.
was
We've already
happening
seen
right
Ancient
now,
Fury go down.
teams
4
would actually
gold
ward
Furies
level
to know,
1.
as you can see in the top left corner.
I'm
Fire
pretty sure
attack,
you
power
would
play, Pyro bombs,
grab a
pocket,
ward
Cosmic
and walk
Dreamer
out at
has
level 1
scanned
because you
back
need to know where the
a lot
enemy
of the
starts.
progress that they've made so
Whether
far.
where you ward probably changes or
So,
depends on
this
what you're
next fight,
planning on starting,
this is a
but
scary one, right, Musi? I understand there's 3 tier 2 towers still standing, but with the Ancient Fury
supports
and
harassing
all
junglers,
of
it
the
wouldn't
Gold
be as
Fury buffs,
impactful
the
as it would have been in
Elysian Heroes are
Smite
gonna two-tap these
3
towers, right?
or in Smite Season 3.
Almost certainly. Well, you have Zeus and On Her, characters that have very strong in-hand attacks to be able to melt.
The
down
reason it was
objectives
so
like
broken
this.
in Smite or
But
Season 3,
Cosmic
fuck, I keep
Dreamers
saying Smite
can
3,
put up a bit of a defense.
is
If we're
speed
gonna
spawn
see it,
first.
Probably not around these tier 2
So
towers. It's gonna
junglers
happen around the
had to
burst,
start their
or
speed.
they will try to take the fight to the Elysium Heroes.
but now every buff spawns
Leo
at the
and
same
Valo
time, so you have like a
are
bunch of different
in this
opportunities
position
of where to
where
start.
they need to
Breaking
be
NDA.
jumping on to Benny Q. Right, we have to get rid of this Zeus.
Hey, I
That's
noticed that you were
numero
typing on Twitter when you have
uno,
access
what
to
we
the
gotta take
ambassador
care of.
Discord.
But it's very difficult to make that happen because Crow and Speak No Evil always feel like
Also,
they're
Speak
pretty
is so
close by
tanky
to
right
be able
now.
to turn
I don't
around
know how
and
they're going to
help
win
Benny
fights.
Q
Unless
deal
Murka
with
can just
anyone
go crazy,
else.
but I don't think Murka's build is in a
Zeus
spot
is
where he
character
goes
that can
crazy
deal for
yet.
themselves because they can just stun you once you jump on there, and then they're so fast they get away. That's where the Odin Cage comes into play. Cosmic Dreamers.
Fuck,
it's
what's the
really just
command?
protect
I don't know.
the
I just know it's one of the
at this point.
commands.
We got to see Deduin stay alive. You can't die at the start of these fights.
not
If your
attitude.
party is able to get through that first leg, they can really show up towards the end because nobody's ready for that Hydra's Lament proc auto attack to completely erase you off the map.
Don't mention Hydras.
Nope, it's not
I threw
Bologna.
it specifically for Tess. I got
It's
it.
close to Bologna, though.
I swear to God. Thank you.
Tier 2 tower being pushed by Elysium Heroes. Cosmic Dreamers naturally can't really afford to.
Scream just
contest
kills
it. They don't
Valo
wanna
in the 1v1
overstep
right
or
now, too.
Gotta wait things out at this point. Fenrir in the mid lane, so 4-1.
I think Leo
split.
might have to actually match
Elysium
Scream. They should
Heroes
probably send
calling
Leo
card
mid and put
for this
Odin in
tournament. It
left.
seems like teams are forgetting how dangerous a 4-1 split can be.
Scream's got this tank.
Yeah,
build,
this is
though,
this
so
is a
he's
lot
really
better.
relying on
This is a
minions
lot
to be able
better.
to make that push. That's a big wave. So now Bologna has to take care of that. The go button from the heroes. They're looking for this way in, and there it is, Ragnarok.
Oh, and they got Coast.
They're dead. Right? No,
Oh.
Coast alive through
Oh,
past
the
the cage
Boreal.
already. Heroes unable to find
Holy
a pick
fuck,
so
Benny's
far
ult
in
just
the
did
fight.
so much
but that
damage.
Benny Q ultimate's got everybody low. But somehow that everybody, they're all able to step away. So the Elysian
that-
Heroes will get one Phoenix for it, but no picks despite a lot being
They only have 60
committed.
seconds on fire. It's probably
The
disengaged
fact that Benny
Pyro
did so much
or disengaged
damage there,
Gold.
He got that damage off before Leo was able to get in there with their rally,
Oh,
and
cry.
Alistair Merker still have ultimates available too. So the chase here has potential. Cosmic Dreamers could stand around this ancient Gold Fury and pick a fight if they wanted to.
It looks
Yeah, that's
they
the one- that's
kinda
the one he was
want
looking
to
for.
with Coast there. They just have to find their right way in.
Valo- Valo big
Remember
flank.
that.
I
Ancient
wish we could
Fury
watch
down
from
to
Valo.
1K, but the fight's the most important
what Valo's
thing
doing on the
to
side.
Keep your eyes on here. Merca does get the steal of the Ancient Fury, but the heroes want to fight. Scream dives into the backline, taking on two so far. It almost brought them both down before the answer is there. And the
Damn.
bell bangs on Scream's
Oh,
head. And
Leo
brings
dies,
him
though?
down. Benny, though, still got the boom and steps up. And the Elysian
Oh, if they-
Heroes, their fight
they just
back
took
is
that
even
one
better.
for- one
They're
for
able
one
to
trade.
take out two for the one so far.
If they just
They've
took
still
the one
got
for one
fire,
trade.
and that made the difference. They step up now as 4.
It's
Things
crazy
are
to me
fucking
that
terrible.
Scream lived so long standing
hoping we
next
nerf
to
Exy in the
Deduin
next
and Tamerka
patch.
there until you take a look at that build and you realize that they have both Nemean and Anchile. So they just live, right?
I don't like that.
Basic attacks get reflected back to you. I thank you, Tess.
I think Honor's so good. I do.
Mid Phoenix is going down here.
Spectral
Speak
Anemia.
no evil.
Pull in Merca
Yeah.
dead. Decano, Valo is just
At
gotta
this point, it's just
step away.
GG's.
The heroes, they were just
It's just
done
GG's.
with this one. They've got
They
two
can't
Phoenix
kill
cleaned
Benny,
up. Granted, right
And
side of the map,
Scream
there's still
next
a tier
fight is
2
going to do even
standing.
more damage and be
And
just
Fire
as
spawning
tanky.
soon. Another Pyro is available, so the patience is the play this time.
Cesare is able to follow.
If Deduin was a character that
Deduin's
wasn't
been this
Bari,
every game.
Elysium Heroes go for that Titan. Honestly, like they
He
had the
loves this
manpower,
build.
they had the Benny Q ultimate,
Uh-huh.
but it's just a bit much.
He's
when
done
you try
Golden
to
Blade now
go
twice.
against a character that could just take a look at you and shred you.
So much damage there.
It's yeah, I every time, man. I could talk about Bari for days, and it's the same sentence over and over and over again.
We have
This character
4 Prid win or
hurts. I
5
don't wanna
Prid
fight
wins
them
and
at
4
all.
kin size.
And
Tanks
it's
are better.
crazy to me that Elysium Heroes is doing
Tanks are
such
better
a
right
good
now.
job
Watch out, Tricky.
controlling her. And a large part of it, I'm harkening back. The build from Scream. It feels like he's the Bari killer. He is designed, a machine created and designed to
Merca's
hunt
build?
down Princess
Merca's build is
Bari
fine.
and take her away and off the map. She turns on him, tries to throw autos, tries to throw abilities. He
Speak with
chuckles and
death
laughs
metal.
because while he is soaking up all that damage, the heroes turn to objectives and they turn.
You
to
do what
kills
you need
that
to
they
do, Hyper.
Let's of course not forget that
Or
Scream
Sprinkles,
is just
not
gonna do
Hyper.
Scream things, kind of bait attention to one side, then dive onto somebody, look for the back line once the opening is there. That's the Scream thing to do. We'll see if that continues. Fire Giant being tested out. Ragnarok popped early. Coast puts the wall up, blocks him away. Fire
a weird
still
play.
just being heat checked down to half health. But the heroes can burn it at a certain point. You got 2 Sunders up. Cosmic Dreamers have to have an answer. There's the backline dive. The Scream special onto the Hunters. To do it. Almost dead. Speak no evil. Help and secured. They're get brought back and brought down.
We got Benny
with the double. Vallo able to bring down Benny. Bako stuck in the wall. Rocket jump away. Still caught. Still sent down. Leo trading out with Scream, but Scream's getting the better of it. Leo will fall.
just
The
end
last
that's game.
one
Game 1.
standing is Vallo, and look at that. You leave your Hunters available
Yeah.
for Scream, and he
Yeah,
just
no,
lights
this Fenrir
them
build is-
up. Vallo gets point. One last jump, and the boom is there. Game number 1 will go to the Elysium Heroes.
Saw Bari essentially kill herself, throwing herself at Scream with the Hide of the Nemean.
Wait, did they actually say that, Doug?
And she that procs 2, you silence out her abilities. It's just too much. And Elysium Heroes give us a game where they say, Bari who? We're not afraid. Turns out there's counterplay.
Oh, okay, I
and
thought
it
you were
really is, at
serious.
the end of the day, just kill her.
So let's get into game. Game number 2. It's ready. Let's head on to the battleground to see how everything shapes out. For sure, it's going to be a fun
Leo's
one.
3-0 and Scrims with Mulan. Don't sleep
Grand
on it.
finals, best of 5. What more can you ask
Really?
for? Already a sprint coming out from the Elysium Heroes too, trying to rush through the
Really?
jungle, see if there's a pick to be had. Looking for that phase check.
Interesting.
Maybe they're looking for the Bari if they turn.
Oh, this is the
man.
same. It's stun into Kepri
Actually,
pull, and then
they're
it's just a
looping
free
around. They're gonna
kill.
run into the Emir. The Emir's seen it. That pre-charged stun won't do enough here. That's intimidating. Okay, now it's less intimidating.
Was that not
admittedly.
scary music for you?
Dude, they're
Vallo
still
sees
grouped.
it. The goal here for Elysium Heroes, I think we're looking for a pick or an invader just walking around
Oh,
parading
Dudu's
ourselves.
switching up his build. No axe this game.
We the best music, unafraid. Cosmic Dreamer is not gonna bite though, because
Sash builds
they need
into?
to have a good start to this game, and if they give
Builds into like
pace
that's an
to
it's an
Elysium
HP 5
Heroes
item, so it's like
I don't think
Yogis,
that they'd be able to
Pharaohs, Life
get
Binder,
back
or sorry,
into
not
the game,
Pharaohs.
the mentals are very strong for
Stampede,
Elysium Heroes. You're the champions last time. If you're Benny Q, you're looking to get your second
Life
one. You got
Binder.
Scream on your team this time around. Speaking
of Scream, gets the sun, the body blocks, and first blood for Benny Q. Gotta have eyes in the back of your head.
Sunder for he's going back in. Vallo.
Runeforge, good call.
Now gets caught, but Vallo kind of aware, trying to fight back through it. This red buff's gonna be a tough one.
Vallo just
Thunder already down for the Odin, but the damage is so immense. There is some traded back, and red
Vallo
buff
has
goes to
shell?
Vallo, but Scream is still following.
I mean, he's got damage from the Ring of Spirit Gungir's Might, rather. Vallo's so low, but
Duin's
with the
got to
Duin
come over to
around,
help. You kind of have to. Look how much damage Vallo is taking. Scream is being so irritating. Now taking damage back from Deduin. Does Vallo go back in? You've got the health percentage. The stun will hit Scream.
Okay, he's actually wasting so much time though.
Let's bring it away.
He actually wastes so much time.
See the music you were humming. That's what that's what.
It's not like he's dying for a first blood. And granted, even if he was dying for a first blood, it's like 60 gold.
Are forced to kind of deal with Scream. Benny Q was able to go get their own red
That's a
buff.
good shout.
They're able to
That's a
secure
good
that
shout,
neutral
two-pull.
farm on the side, so Benny Q
Doesn't miss
now
anything in
has
that.
a pretty, not like a significant lead, but it's a really good start for Hecate. And one of the things about this Hecate Bari matchup, the thing that makes Hecate
I want to
go
know
into pretty
the
much every mid laner ever is that shield that she can give
that
herself.
gold per minute.
A little bit of movement speed, extra health bar.
Like
So
look
as
at
Bari tries
look
to
at
box
fucking
with
Benny.
her, she can have just a little bit more in her corner.
Scream's job isn't to be the fucking
Just a little
fed
bit more,
one.
right?
That's how you say Hecate? Wait,
The
what?
boxing advantage, but look how much
You're
it's
supposed to say
done.
like
Do
Hecate
you
or
wanna
something
point
like
out
that. I
kind of
just say
different
Hecate.
start, a blue stone.
Because that sounds
The
best to
Bari
me.
too, as you kind of just hit on with Bari can bring. Valo, silence, doing non-committal. Scream back. Level 3 as well. Looks like Scream really wants this
Yep,
fight.
NA
Jumps
tourney.
in on
Or I mean,
Valo.
NA servers.
But not enough damage there.
So the focus this game is almost entirely for Scream and Betty Q, it feels like.
Yeah.
Solo lane, not a whole lot that's going to be happening over there. Leo and Crow are going to box it out, maybe unless Valo makes the rotation.
I'm
over.
really curious what
Not
to do
too
in
much is
builds this
gonna
game.
Occur in the dual lane. Between the characters that we have there, they pretty much match it out pretty evenly. I haven't seen a Jingwei I've been
I think that's how
impressed by
Xander
yet,
says it. Xander
and
says Hecate.
Unless you get a cheeky pluck off, not
Hecate.
too much you're going to find. He prefers
Hecate.
staying back, farming with his dual laner. So as we return our focuses back to this mid lane and this jungle, it's going to be who hits 5 first and where's the first place they go to. I fully expect Scream, once they hit level 5,
Hecate might
to
be the
just
only
book it
wrong
straight
pronunciation.
back to Duduin and be like, Benny,
Yeah.
kill this guy.
It would make sense. You can combine the cage with the gate.
Everybody
and
knows
now
what we're
you've
talking
got
about.
The gate's online too, so you might just be direct on the money. I am excited to see Valo in the Thanatos. Always one of my favorite picks. I mentioned this a lot going back to Founders again, where we saw so much of Valo. I always like when Valo plays more hyper carry type jungles who can get ahead and get a lot of kills. Coast in trouble. Disperse hits, but sends Coast a tough direction.
It's always weird to jump
follow
on
up
Ymir
for a
unless
kill.
you know you're killing, because
A lot of CC in that lane.
he just perma slows you, reduces your
Good use
damage.
of it there too. I like the fact that you
Is Fed Hecate a big
saw
deal though?
Speak No Evil get that.
I mean,
root off,
she's
right?
like the
So it's
only one
getting
that's doing
frozen,
damage on their
so it
entire
put
team.
Coast in a rough position of like, well, this was my chance to walk away, and I'm.
I mean, it's
still
her and
here,
Kano.
So I don't really like it.
Crow's tickling, screams
No items
tickling,
online
speaks
for this dual
tickling.
lane means that kills aren't going to happen quite yet unless somebody really screws up in their positioning.
Also,
And
speaks
that's not
going.
what- that's kind of the
Pridwin
biggest
again,
problem you
first
could
item
run
on
into, I
aspect
think, for
Kepri,
Valo.
which I don't.
Yeah, Valo caught. Nope, turns the corner. Scream on the chase. Benny Q over the wall, no good. Sunder,
Jump.
spear, jump has to hit for Valo to go down.
Does he have it?
Right, Scream. Oh, you're playing with your food.
I don't think he had it up.
I mean, we knew it was coming, but it feels more.
Why was he
vicious
yelling
when
into
it
the void
takes some
about
time.
Popeyes?
If Scream charged up that spear just a little bit more, he had the confirm. I don't think he was ready for Valo to heal the way that he did. And what started all that off is we saw Valo try to go.
Well, I think
in
Odin's been
on
bad
that
for a
red
while,
buff,
or like
but the
at
response
best average.
from both Scream and Benny Q. Hey, this is our house. You can't come in here and mess stuff up. But I like the fact that Valo is still trying to make something happen, but they're not level 5 yet. So it's very dangerous whatever they decide to commit to. They have no get out button, and their ability to turn fights around gets stymied because, again, no ultimate.
Tremble. I was kind of wondering, like, how much was this?
Yeah, he is
actually
going
gonna turn
Runeforged.
into?
Good shout,
Every time we
whoever
go
said
to
that.
Solo, we see a Tremble from a Bracken.
They're
It's
both
like,
going
okay,
Runeforged.
tickle damage, but there was a couple
gonna be
of
an
times
exciting
this tournament
duel
we've
or an
gone
exciting
over to
solo lane.
Bracken in those instances, and it turned into a kill. So maybe I just I'm so
Yeah,
like
Ymir's always good.
tortured by past experiences. I get nervous when I see it.
Hecate.
Bracken is one of those
Hecate.
characters that could just blow you up out of
I think
nowhere
Coach should
if
actually
you're not
TP here and look
paying
for a fight and
attention
right.
to what he has available. Like you sit in the Tremble for a bit and you're like, that's fine. And then you remember in Smite 2, he can like do the final slam and you're like, oh, whoa, I wasn't ready for that extra bit of damage. And then he hits you up again because he smacks you with 2 of the 2s, his +1 there. So if you're not keeping track of what he's doing to you, he just kind of
Do they kill Crow now?
pops at you. Ooh, they Porsche Coast. The rotation here. Trying to catch Crow.
You're level
think Crow's
6.
dead.
Oh, a good wall to separate from Crow. That'll buy some
just how long
time,
does it take
but
to
you
kill
got
him?
Chase out Crow in so much trouble. The landing from Valo, the freeze too. They
They're
want
diving
Crow
Bari
dead.
in mid too.
Instant response in the mid lane. It's a tale as old as time, I guess. The dive to bring down Duduin on the Bari. We saw this later in the previous game, but we see it earlier now, and it's a great response. It's the kind of response that you want in any game you play, right? It's the one in casuals of, hey, they're diving me. Can we do something? Anything, gang. And now Valo steps up, gets stove on again, and brought down just as quick. Speak no evil with the credit, but that's tough. I'm surprised Valo stepped up that far.
Especially without ultimate, you know, you wonder, like, what are you trying to accomplish there? And they lose their red buff because of it as well. Scream just on top of it this game, looking for anything they can find and coming up.
An exciting
with
solo
more
lane.
than enough to keep them occupied. Leo is able to take away that blue buff away from Crow. A little salt in the wound, especially off the back of that gank. But I don't think Crow's too concerned because Scream's making the rotation.
Yep. Stun out. Leo in a lot of trouble. We'll just go down. Phantom Shell might slow it, but jump hits.
They eventually
hang
kill.
on, you got the grapple. Still chase though. Leo, wait behind a lot of time. That's a lot of tower shots. Hang on, Sunder 2. Oh man, Crow gets away. But Valo
Is Scream best
is
jungle right now
nearby,
still?
Gonna have that boost as well from the damage. Does not
And
have.
A probably
ult
is.
just ticked over for ult. You have a chance. Commit on Scream. You bring him down. You have ult. Got him.
It's a big kill.
Baba Booey, says Valo. They're on the board. Good for them, and that's what you want to see from
Schedule
your
one? Bro,
Thanatos.
that game is awesome.
The ultimates, you have to make sure that you
That game
don't
is
get too
awesome.
low when it comes to your
I've been
health
wanting to
bar.
sell
Now
some
the
minty
pluck
squinty
here
for the
from
past 2
Speak No
days.
Evil Coast, trying to fight back.
Like, if the game wasn't that
Right on
fun,
wall, real good to doing for the chase.
I wouldn't play
Speak
it.
No Evil gets the blessing out. It'll turn to an ult from Coast, and that wait, hang on, just now dead.
That's
Coast stuck, brought back. Betty looking for the lick back support. Both go, no, not both go down. Coast gets away. That's frustrating for the Elysian
my
Heroes,
goodness.
but they'll take a Valo for sure. Who just gets caught. Third death for Valo in 8 minutes.
so weird.
Yeah, it's really sad. Well, for Thanatos, because
Minty,
it's a character
squinty,
you expect so much
granddaddy
from the
purple.
early game to see them get
Chinese
shut
food or
down
pizza
like
tonight?
this,
Chinese
it's
food.
Just
But maybe it's
not a
just because
good
I had
start
pizza
for the Cosmic
yesterday.
Dreamers, but they're able to find a little bit of tit for tat. You catch Speak No Evil with your Ymir ultimate,
Dino Nuggies.
and Duduin gets a little bit of farm for it too because they were a part of the kill. So at least your Bari is getting online. It's so weird that we're not talking more about Bari. It's the
I'm in the
effect of
chat.
seeing her get shut down so hard last game, where it's like, yeah, you know, it's kind of whatever. Like, you know, Bari. Who's Bari?
Bet Papa
right?
John, Papa John's got
Dude,
that
who
one,
cares?
got
Not
that
me.
buy one get one.
A different build out from doing this.
What do you guys
time.
think about
We
Pizza
saw
Hut?
The
Triton's
Titan's
Conch.
yeah, Triton's Conch, and now we're seeing Serrated, which I believe that's what Paul built when we saw the Bari mid yesterday. Is that correct?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I remember that because when you throw in an ability,
put
it makes your
Pizza the
follow-up
Hut.
really solid.
Is that like
'cause you
Jabba
get
the Hutt?
The serrated
Can't
edge
put 'em?
proc, a little bit of extra damage, a little bit of extra life steal. So you throw the ball out, you get the ricochet, and it hits really hard. So to see Duduin stay alive on his
Why are
feet
you
when it
guys
comes to the
typing like
itemization,
shit?
A little bit of a game plan change here for the Cosmic
Local
Dreamers.
pizza shops
Gives
clear,
me
dude.
hope
We
that,
had this really good
you know, they
local
won't
shop
suffer the same
that was.
fate that they did last
It
time.
had
They'll
like
be a little bit more
$7
effective with this character moving
large
forward.
cheese pizzas on Tuesday.
10 minutes is about to get here, and we haven't seen a Gold Fury yet, which is surprising for kind of both of these teams. Maybe we'll see one after a pick potential in the jungle. Coast caught, plucked back, rocket away. You got Scream there.
Coast.
That's a dead Ymir, should be at least. The gates
Dead.
split the difference. Coast is just kind of wobbling between. Gets caught in the cage. Now we'll go down. Probably took too long to get that, if anything, for the heroes, but it does open up potential. Did they go gold? No, that's not the call.
Maybe the Merca is getting caught out here. Scream doesn't have ultimate to keep her trapped, but maybe can force her away. That could be what opens up gold.
Merca gets a dash away, caught by a stun. Does escape. Scream wants to dive, knowing the Kepri's there.
They're killing a
Meanwhile,
Crow.
right side of the map, Val kills Crow behind the tier 1. Ult out from Merca to escape. Scream on the chase, lands in the knockup though. Scream takes a tower shot. That's enough to call off the chase. So Merca gets to live. No trade back for Valo diving solo.
Crow absolutely being the focus here for Cosmic Dreamers because they lack the mobility to get away. They can't juke anything that Thanatos does. Same thing with Mulan, and it's what you have to do if you're Cosmic Dreamers. Mulan is a character that you want to try to get rolling because she's going to fall off come late game. So we're playing for that mid game. We're going to try to see if Leo can make some rotations out. The goal is going to be Gold Fury. Once we really start moving, and you can see Leo coming out of the Phoenix side, moving towards the left camp. Vaporish Coast, drawing the ire of Speak No Evil and Kaz, but what can he get?
Just a tale as old as time. Coast getting caught in the jungle, but the escape sometimes opens up opportunities. Maybe died too fast on this one at least. Merca too far away.
Leo's
Valo,
here,
same
though.
Story, but again, no gold called after.
Also, Valo has no aspect to
Full
Thana.
time too. Crow's gonna be farming inside that solo lane, so Leo has to find something in this engagement. Otherwise, they're gonna fall behind again.
Yeah, Speak is so
Speak No
squishy.
Evil And Execute already had the Scarab's Blessing, so it wouldn't matter regardless. We got his weird timing there. So Scarab's gone. Valo looks for a hit on Benny Q. Can't find
My
it.
diet Dr. Kelp!
Valo 3-3-2 so far.
Passive
As
work?
chaotic of a slash
You
line
kiss
as
your
the game is
tower, and
felt.
then your tower heals
Up to
you.
12 minutes now.
Health per
It is
second.
kind of gone this weird back and forth where it looked like Elysium Heroes had really good control over everything, but now not so much the case as Cosmic Dreamers find their foothold. And it is, oddly enough, in Valo, just making these hard rotations onto solo lane so that they can get their farm back up, and now they're bringing that damage towards mid or really any engagement they can find that starts up. Once you have the Thanatos ultimate up and running, you have some cooldown both in Erendite there, you can just let them rip as soon as you see the opportunity.
But will you? I think that's kind of the big thing. Do those opportunities start to present themselves, or do you have
Mystical first item in game
to
is
work
just
to
cooked.
force out the opportunities?
Yeah.
And I think that's where Cosmic Dreamers run
Yeah.
into trouble. It seems like they, a few times now, I won't say consistently, have just been caught forcing a lot. They still hold the lead, but it's kept the bigger opportunities from being there, like the objectives so far.
Part of what's going to open up that door
Your
to
tower is a
Fury
permabuff?
is not
Teammates
a
is a timed buff.
but genuinely, we got to find a way to put down Scream.
This Thanatos has also proven to be.
I mean, this is not true
kind of a key as we
esports.
get back into game number 2, and I do
They're
wonder
talking about like
where the
true
Thanatos will
league
start to either
esports.
fall out or really break
Yeah, yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, like
Elysium
actual
Heroes
league.
look like they're pulling Gold Fury for what's really the first time this game. It's gonna be a slow burn. We got.
I was trying to think of what it was,
for
G.
Cosmic Dreamers now. Coast, Valo, Merca both step up. Screams in deep. The Deduin's busy mid with a 1-on-2, so a lot of action across the map so far. The Deduin's almost dead in the mid lane, so no rotations coming anytime soon. Crow with the credit. Now, this left-hand side fight, you'll have 2 more coming from the heroes. Cage out, aggression on to the Kepri, who's dead.
I kind of hate
Valo able to find it early.
Speaks
So
build.
now it's a split. 4-on-4, baby. Who's got the advantage? Scream steps up. Can't find the stun. That's Crow for backup, too. They want to dive the tower, but the rest of the heroes are just cut off from the dive. Valo's in the sky. Crow is not in execute range. So it's a drop and a full retreat from the Cosmic Dreamers. That'll be a concession of the Gold Fury, the Elysium Heroes.
If Valo was able to find a way back into that fight, it might have been able to turn it. It's going to be the fast comebacks from Cosmic Dreamers, but like you said, too little, too late. Gold Fury picked up.
Wait,
confirmed
Tennessee had
by the Elysium
35?
Heroes. The fact that we had that 2v1 in mid and the Cosmic Dreamers weren't able to properly act on that number disadvantage, huge. Spells a little bit of danger in the future. Putting Deduin out of that fight, taking Bari out of the equation, gives Benny Q more
Yikes.
effectiveness, more room to roam around. But speak no evil with this Kepri pick. It's been panning out pretty well for them, but it feels like after he gets his pluck done, the execute kind of like not keels over and dies, but he's kind of like, my work here is done. You can kill me.
Holy shit, that's such a
Kinda out of it.
low-scoring
He
game
gets
from both of
hard
you.
punished by the Poorish Coast, who anytime
What do you mean
this
live action
Kepri tries
League
to
of
flex
Legends?
somebody or reses somebody, he just Ymir ults on top of them and says, go ahead, finish up, man, do what you got to do. Because Kepri, after they pluck,
does Merca
they
find the
don't
solo
have
here?
as much protections. They're using the aspect, so they still take a fair
Damn,
amount of damage.
Leo
post-pluck.
missed the pull. Are they still diving him?
Cage out mid. I don't even get
Yo,
time to
Digit, save for the
respond to
raid,
you.
man.
Sorry, Yuzi.
Thank you, thank you. Welcome everybody from
Bari ulted
Digit
out as well in the
Stream.
mid lane in this 2v2, but the Bari's already almost dead. Coast
Welcome,
trying
welcome
to do
everyone.
what
I
they can to
appreciate the
peel
raid.
out.
Digits, hopefully the stream is
Stream
good.
up, down, not gonna
Again,
find
I
the
appreciate you
soul.
for
The
competing in the
Deduin's gonna be
tourney.
able to get away. What a peel job from Coast to get that Bari out.
That wall was perfect. It split the aggressors from.
What do you
trying to
mean
get on
live
top of
action
that
League of
Bari, and then the
Legends? What does
double
that mean?
freeze too. He'll die for it, but that's a good trade. Trying to keep your Bari in the game and alive.
Fuck
is
is
gonna be
live
the play.
action
Leo
League of
gets
Legends?
plucked and melted here.
In
Oh,
a
a
lot
TV
of trouble
show.
too. I don't know if Leo can get out as soon as that root hits, but hey, maybe Valo up.
I hate live action.
Is there a go target? Seems
all of
like
it
no.
sucks.
A tough up for Val. Maybe thought Speak No Evil would get into execute range, but not going to be the case.
Valo again, an ultimate that's missing the mark. We're not able to capitalize off of it. It opens the
Bobby
door
drank
for
Haterade.
Elysium Hero to
It's
take
just
that
every
Pyro
time they try
They
live action
will
stuff, it
have
just sucks.
Now with that bomb.
Like, I want animated stuff to be animated shows. I want
into.
like
Interestingly enough, we saw that Deduin was able to show back up to
real
that fight,
stuff
but
to be
It's just not enough to show
Live
face
action
in the way that
shows.
they're hoping for, and I think we're
That
already
is true.
seeing
Most of the time it
Flora
is like
go
remakes,
back to
but
the Cosmic Dreamers. 'Cause
I
what
still would
does she
just
have
prefer it to
do
be the
get in
same.
that fight? She uses the bow and arrow, pulls somebody in. And then
One
after
Piece?
that,
What was
you're
better,
kinda
the One
stuck.
Piece live action or the
This
One
one
Piece
hulked
TV
out,
show?
but you
I
never
mean,
got chance
the
to
animated
block by
show.
Khepri,
Which
so
one was better?
You just end up taking
Say it with
a
your
lot
chest.
of damage.
17 minutes, 7-10 now. And
No,
the
they're not
gold is
identical.
shockingly close considering where we're at in the game. I'm curious
Those
to
suck.
fire. We've seen a few ambitious fire giant pulls.
Obviously, the anime, that's
to
my
kinda
point.
Turn things around, maybe, you know, just kind of get ahead of people, right? Is the big thing, and make a difference of those fights. But I'm curious. If
Most of the
it'll happen
time,
again, where we see just an ambitious pull.
I would
in the
just
face
prefer
of
it and it's
someone,
like original.
a dare you to do this kind of thing.
like remakes a lot of the
unlikely,
time
but it feels possible.
aren't as good. But I guess technically the anime was a
Probably
remake
not
of the
this
manga,
time around,
right?
And I say that only because with game 2 mentality, players are
Technically.
looking for that safer bet. They
Technically.
don't want to swing out quite yet because if Elysium Heroes are able to take this game, they put themselves in a
Holy.
really good position. Bari.
Can't beat this one. Bari ult out, but it's not going to matter. Scream will get the kill already. Coast low. Valo backline, though, does kill Speak No Evil. He turned it into more. Already took a lot of damage from BBL3. The rest of the squad is here. The ults are out. Valo's able to find a double kill through it somehow, some way, and turns back around, making a triple kill. No way. Come on.
The
Not like that.
quad!
Corner kill for Valo.
Valo is up. We are moving. This Thanatos pick online. It only took about 18 minutes, but once you get that ball rolling for Thanatos, the resets,
This is my worry with the heroes comp. They just don't have damage.
Character. It's gonna
They do
mean
not do enough
Fire
damage.
Giant picked up. No challenge from Elysium Heroes because Kano is busy farming that left lane.
Schmitty.
Weird. How did that go down, right?
Wanna
Well,
get Schmitty?
Elysium Heroes got a little bit split up there. When Valo jumps onto the back to execute Speak No Evil, he's left alone with Benny. Scream and Crow make that turnaround to try to group back up with their mid laner.
What do you mean by
but
issues,
it's
Bailey?
too little too late. The damage done by Valo is enough to put him down, and then you have the rest of Cosmic Dreamers.
Yeah, is there
able
any
to walk
update on
up
that, by the
and
way, Flash?
support their assassin to get the last hit.
Completely fucked my PC
and
now. I mean, my frames have not been great,
just
but
like that.
I
What
thought it was
Elysium
Smite that was the
Heroes'
issue.
pace
Usually this Smite, because a lot of the other stuff is
their
fine.
Game gets turned around
I think
as
it's just
Cosmic
Smite
Dreamers
that's just
with
not great
this
for me.
Fire Giant pull ahead.
That was
Nvidia's fucked right now, so I shouldn't
I knew
update.
Valo was going to come online at some
I'm not
point,
gonna
right?
update
It felt
then.
like a guaranteed to happen borderline with just the nature.
I guess the
of-
only other game
of
I played is
Thanatos,
like
but
TFT and
in
Schedule
that
1, and those
particular
aren't really
fight, it's
GPU
interesting that
intensive,
it kinda
so
starts and turns into a domino
it
effect.
could be.
after
Like, I guess it
killing
could
the
be
Khepri.
Nvidia, not
I
not
guess
Smite.
Speak No Evil has been so.
It is the
important
championship,
to
and it is
how
a
these
best of
fights have worked
5.
Out. It made the
It
difference.
is a best of 5.
Capri's ability to peel and keep their carry safe is one of the strongest aspects of the character, right up there with their ultimate. So to take that away from the Elysium Heroes opens up the chance for your dive characters to actually be able to finish their dive. And Cosmic Dreamers find themselves with their first Gold Fury. I think
Interesting.
good for
People
them.
speculate
We
late
are
2020.
up. And as we
Just drool
talk
a little
about
bit.
how Valo
Late
is the
2025,
one
early 2026.
how
Okay.
the Thanatos is
Okay.
going crazy and getting that Pyromancer again for Cosmic Dreamers. The
I'm gonna build a
ticking
PC so I
time
can
bomb
play
of
mobile games on it.
is
That's
still
genius.
ticking away, and that worries me for Elysium Heroes.
It does, because it's kind of like you've already got the Thanatos that came online. Hang on, mid lane coast. Looks for something, can't find it. You already got the Thanatos who came online, right? That's already kind of been a problematic aspect. You add the Bari to it, and it just feels like, well, how much more could be done here, you know?
Well,
Double J was gonna sell it to you,
Heroes,
Mario.
They still have a game plan that
Where's
they
Redding
can
who's
follow.
proper,
They just have to be a
Travis
little bit more careful of what Valo is bringing to the table. A shift.
Attorney, who do you
in
think should be taking
positioning
FG
could be
Dagger?
Everything.
I think it's
And
teamed like comp
It's
dependent.
really just gonna start with Benny Q and
I think it's
Speak
very
No Evil
comp dependent. I
backing
do
up
think a lot of the
just a bit
times
more, or not backing up rather, but
the
closing
best person to
distance
have it is a
between
person
themselves and
who there's
Crow
no
and
way
Scream,
that they
because
won't be
Crow
able to
and Scream
pop the
were just
dagger.
a little bit faster, just a little bit closer. Benny
So,
Q
like,
didn't have to die in that engagement.
I would
so
not want
keep
Valo
it
to
up
have
just a bit,
dagger in this
making
game,
sure
because if
that
he
our
gets
tanks and our
froze
chasers are not
and he just
going
gets popped
too
in
far
one shot,
in,
he's not going to get
so
any
that
use
when
out of
Valo
it.
does inevitably come crashing down
I
on
would probably
top of
give
our
it to either
squishies,
Dudu
we
or
have the
Merca this
proper
game.
response We can turn and
Because
burn
there
the
is a
Thanatos, and then
there's a
move our
small
attention back
chance that
towards
Coast wouldn't
the
be able
rest
to
of
use it, but the mantle does help with that.
Jump in from Scream onto Valo, looking for
It should
a
be fine 'cause he has
1v1.
mantle.
Has a stun early too.
The only
So
thing is
damage
I would
real
want to
good out
make
of the cage.
sure
No sustain for Valo.
there is
Gets
no
out,
chance
though,
that we would
from
just
the
waste
cage.
it.
That's going to be key to escaping this, thanks to the shell. Scream still on the hunt in
That
this
makes sense.
1v1. Cannot land the stun. Up goes Valo. Full escape now. No longer interested. Great fight from Scream.
Ranked has just been taking a little bit of time, and especially with it being a Sunday.
Cosmic Dreamers trying to make something happen in the dual lane. They're going to take away that tier 2 tower as they push away the rest of the Elysium heroes.
Dude,
something
win.
to note too when it comes to
His name is
putting down
Duduin.
Valo on the Thanatos is because they have
But
Shell
people call him
to
Dudu.
deal with this Odin cage. They don't have a great way to deal with the CC.
Also, it is a little interesting that Dudu's not been able to do anything in these games.
You have Speak No Evil with
But
the
maybe it's
pluck,
his build,
right? If
like just
Crow
ability-based
manages to
Bari
close the
can't really
distance
deal
onto
with
Valo,
tanks.
They are going
Not
nowhere
safe enough as a
unless they can
character.
pre-ultimate to CC away. But because Valo is constantly using his ultimate to either get away from Scream or looks for an engagement, he's not
What
able
did
to
they
fight
end up
off the
deciding,
mark.
Zobes?
There's an opportunity here for Elysium Heroes to
Or
be
was
able
it
to
never
fight
ended up
back.
decided?
There is. Now, I do want to... I have one horn of my own to toot.
Mobile
if you're willing
maxing.
to hear me out.
Toot, toot.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Mhm.
Valo, on a hyper carry god, right? Night and day difference.
The support speak smite.
I've
Count your
wanted to see that
blessings.
so many times from Valo, where it feels like Valo plays a character that he almost feels like he has to play in those moments. And sometimes it's worked out, don't get me wrong. But then other times, you get games like this on the Thanatos. And I think back to Smite 1, there were times it would happen on characters in particular, like Mercury, hang on, Leo. Could be in trouble. Silenced out, plucked in against the wall, has to ult away. Will there be a bigger collapse onto Leo? Looks
on
like
a character
there
who's
is.
like you're
Scream
engaged
turns, though.
and
That's
they
just
could
for
get
Coast
focused
too
down,
far
it's
away.
actually really good too.
Being able to force that out of Mulan. Ooh,
I think it's pretty
from
dependent.
Benny Q. A little bit off the mark, but the Pyromancer.
That's interesting.
Should be down soon. Who's
Damn,
it
they
go
didn't get
to? It's the Elysium
Oh,
Heroes. Now a jump
dude.
forward from Scream, leading the way.
Dead?
Can't find the stun on Valo.
Oh, they have shell, okay.
Cages 3, instant Phantom Shell response. Kabraken's wall was a little bit too early also with that Phantom Shell still being up. Now a turn around the corner. Cosmic Dreamers reconsidering, is there a fight to be had here? Heroes split across the map. 2 mid, 1 at fire, 2 at gold.
So they want to
Yeah,
try to
I mean,
stop
Bari's
Cosmic
a good
Dreamers
one.
from being able to
Bari's a good one.
hard commit to a fire giant, but with the man advantage, they have to be aware Dreamers could just look for a fight instead. The wall.
Double freeze,
Oh,
the wall's
no.
real good. The bells bounce around, but no kills yet. Valo waiting, finds one. It's Speak No Evil. Can't get the second yet, but now you've got your time. Leo
Oh,
cleans
no.
them up. Valo, Erendite pop. Let's hit the gas pedal and bring down
Oh,
the next.
no.
A near wipe. Everyone who was there got wiped out. The Cosmic Dreamers walk over to fight.
I think the biggest issue with Heroes
Interesting to
comp
see
is they just
Heroes
don't have the
make that
damage.
decision as if Cosmic Dreamers wouldn't just walk up and kill you. All you were able to get from that early engagement was some shells.
That's their
and
biggest issue.
Leo's
They just don't
hit.
have the damage.
Valo is still here, guys. Valo is still the GOAT to doing. Gets the last hit on that fire giant. and
See,
Elysium
I wouldn't give it to
Heroes
Valo.
can't do
I would not give it to
anything.
Valo.
And a dagger too. That's frightening.
Because if
Like, you got
Valo
tier
gets
2
pulled
in
by
duo,
like
that's kind of the biggest positive I'm seeing across the map. I mean, I guess the goal.
If Valo gets pulled by, like, Kepri and just gets one shot, it's fucked.
Fire in this instance, especially giving not just fire to team, but giving the dagger to Valo.
Somebody who, well, now with Dagger, they won't have
Yeah,
to
I mean,
worry
Kepri
about
support,
ulting
like,
to get away. They can just
Kepri
Dagger in front
support,
of your
Odin
face to hold
jungle,
onto that
Kabraken
ultimate. It
solo,
solves
and
the
then
problem
Hekate
of,
in mid.
man,
There's
we
just
haven't
not
been
enough
able to
damage in
see
those 4
Valo really
characters.
hit these
You're
ultimates,
relying
which
on
is
her to
in
kill everyone.
recently, by the way, he has found Speak No Evil's
Especially with,
numbers
like,
and has just been taking
These solo
constant
builds, where it's like Nemean,
using
and then a
that.
lot of times they go
And
Ansile, they go some
Now this
auto
fight's
attack
looked
reduction.
Even better
It's just
for
fucked.
Cosmic Dreamers. Moving forward, Leo's been doing a pretty good job just soaking
Yeah.
up damage from Elysium
Kano
Heroes,
is
and
not doing much.
because Mulan can't really put out
It's
much
not great.
damage at the very least. She can take some punishment. She
Yeah.
can make herself look like a threat, even though the real threat is Valo. And again, Duduin, 1-4 on Bari. A little weird, not what we're used to seeing, but still absolutely a threat. Once Elysium Heroes finds a way to deal with Valo, they're gonna have to find a way to put down Duduin as well.
It's gonna be tough. It's really tough to do. We've been talking about this Bari and how it equals a win. We didn't see it in game 1. Game 2, you're getting to feel out what that means. But top of the damage chart is still the Hecate belonging to Benny Q. So A lot of ways that this siege can go down, but Elysium's heroes, I'm sure, are not willing to let this be an easy pushback from Cosmic Dreamers. They want to at least make a fight happen. That's a long time to go on the Fire Giant buff. Still 129 seconds. Leo goes in. Do you find a pull with the hook? No. Now a jump in. Countered
Cabalt. Holy fuck.
by an own goal as Crow's wall slowed it down. Gates up, Valo up. Where we landing? We're landing on Benny Q's head top.
I hated this
That's
Khepri
one.
pick.
Start the count. Valo in though, real deep, taking a lot of damage. Has to turn, looks for Kano.
Oh, he got
Out,
lucky.
dagger, popped.
See, but that's
Perfect
my
find,
issue
Valo.
with Valo
Out of
having
the
it.
Dagger into the blood, a double kill for the Thanatos, leading the way for the Cosmic Dreamers, looking to end the game out. Kano will fall. Damage is done. Titan below half. The heroes stood, but they couldn't stand enough. No heroics from Scream either. The shutdown will be there. The Titan will fall. We're tied 1-1.
I agree, Chris.
That is a wrap on that game, folks. I mean, the fact that we had 2 chances to try to shut down Valo before they got that dagger off, and you know that Heroes tried so hard to make it happen.
Reset
We
after
had the
game
plug,
3.
We had the gargoyle. We did everything in our power, but he just lives through it, pops the dagger off, and that was the moment. It's like, well, that's game.
But I know what we get for sure. That's gameplay. Let's go to the battleground and see how game 3 goes. Who's taken that match point? I'm excited to find out how it breaks down for sure. But yeah, easy. We're here. We're in game number 3. Elysium Heroes order side. Cosmic
predictions then
out of the chaos side
for game 3.
Still eye in the sky, and it is the Athena jungle. That kind of stands out. And nothing else too insane apart from
Dreamers.
that. We see the Ama jungle. We expected that for sure.
Make sure you choose the right one. Yeah, I like Benny's draft this game.
No massive groupings this time round. It seems like both teams are very
couple
content
games now that.
Yeah, they're content to chill in their lanes. They're like, okay, let's not get too.
So it's gonna be a full damage Ama game. So maybe they won't lack damage.
Dicey. But as I say that, Coast, Sunder in hand, walking right up to this purple buff.
I lost everything on game 1.
Speaking of Evil also has that Sunder. So does Crow to kind of help his own confirm here. And while Coast...
Oh, Blink!
Blink! Yeah, it's real! Scream! The innovator! The one to bring it back! The new Blink! It's not
I changed my mind.
Blink,
Dreamers are winning.
So, and it's still down for quite a bit of time, but it's there. Blink Todd is on the menu, baby.
So we get to see that. That's kind of interesting. I'm pretty pumped up. Purple invade. Good. Coast able to get it. Do you get away?
Coast stole it, and he also didn't hit somebody on the enemy team, so it's also going to be up faster.
Now Speak No Evil caught with the heart bomb. Look at the damage back onto the Jing. Kano wants it. Jing wants the dash for this so bad, but level 1, you've only got that knockup available. Tough, so Merca gets to live.
A lot of priority for the composition, that dual lane in Cosmic Dreamers. Bacchus and Cupid have a lot of damage on hand, so they can just clear that wave.
I don't think Valo has dash.
And then move on to that neutral
farm.
Valo
does not have dash. Does Scream have taunt, though?
To aggress.
Scream doesn't have taunt.
How much can you get from it, though? Valo turns around, seems interested in the fight. Scream now 1 HP. Benny Q able to dash forward and cut it off. The save there, jungler Valo cannot.
Wait, is Valo going to speed? Oh, bro, if Valo went to speed.
Interesting to see that get turned on top of screen there. You got to respect the damage that Amaterasu has so early on. And once they get some items online too, think like Sunbeam Bow, Bragi's Harp. Those are going to be the items
trading.
that
Scream didn't even reset
for Valo. They're really just going to turn around and kill you if you get too crazy with it.
And Dudu actually snuck.
Chasing Scream all the way through. Has to hit one more auto and does indeed get it. Scream dies in the jungle. First blood goes.
It's a disaster.
That's a tough end for Scream.
And it's just like Scream to try to find a little bit more in that jungle, but unfortunately Duduin just staying alert, aware. They are used to your antic Scream. You gotta be a little bit more careful. Now the get back here. Valo's level 3, but it doesn't matter.
Does Valo just kill Scream again?
Scream really wants to fight, but just takes so much. Dash in. Dash back from Valo.
I wonder if Valo actually just kills Scream again there.
We'll now see. And doesn't play it as hesitant as you might expect.
Level 2, no problem. We're still looking for more. You got Bombas. Oh, the lazy back.
Oh, got him. Got him. That's why Scream didn't fully leave.
You know, Scream's a knower. You play this game enough, you kind of understand where players are going to choose. Like, yeah, he probably lets me go, but you got to keep in mind, Scream is a hunter. man is looking for blood. He's going to hunt you down and find you and eliminate you. And now
Check Valor's PayPal.
Valor
Yeah, that
immediately
was
has to come back
a
to
little
his debuff,
tough.
because with that kill, Scream almost certainly is going to try to go for that invade. And you can see it there up in the jungle too. He's going crazy.
Also interesting that
bit
Crow is
of a
going
back and forth.
Bluestone.
Ooh, now
But
he's going for.
Also,
he's going for
Leo
gank and duo
has
now.
Death Toll.
And look how
Last
low
time Leo played it,
Coast
he went
already is.
Axe.
Scream's gonna have a great shot at this one. Kano does take some poke first. Looks for Merca. Beads out already. Scream dashes in.
Wait, Scream just dashed
Still
in. Valor
holding
kills all of
on,
them.
Though. Coast now there.
Coast missed
Drops
them all.
forward. You've got Valo in. Kano dead. What a response from the
Oh
Cosmic
my
Dreamers.
goodness,
They
he
have
got
ultimate
5
online
off
as
of it.
well. They're gonna drop
Benny
like
killed-
flies.
oh my
The Benny
goodness.
rotation
Oh
is
my
massive, but the
goodness.
Valo damage is better.
Oh
Triple
my
for Valo.
goodness.
That is a massive start for Amaterasu. So much
Yeah, I
gold in
see,
your
yeah.
pocket. The
Fucking
Sunbeam
insane.
Bow is en route. So Amaterasu is going to start really showing up to these team fights, more so than they already had. And
Crazy.
that Amaterasu rotation harkens all the way back. The success,
One lazy
the
back
success
by
that it
Valo,
had
and this
goes
game
all
is
the way
like
back to
still
the fact
kind of
that
close.
Ama got ahead off the fact that Scream died so early. Benny is away.
Scream does not have ult. Gates out. Gonna have the beads.
How was
Here's the
Ama not
agony. You
banned?
get away
She
from
wasn't
it, though.
picked or banned game 1
call.
and 2.
Kano, that little 5, so has to just kind of walk away from Coast. Does get the dash away. Now you back up as well.
Kano with this Jingwei pick feels very safe against Bacchus. We touched on it earlier because she can just dash away when she gets knocked up. The main engage tool from
I wonder
Bacchus
if
gets
Bacchus
almost
solo
completely
with that-
negated.
with
and
the,
Jingwei doesn't
Ymir
have
permaban?
too
No.
much to fear from that lane.
It
But
was
once this
banned
Cupid gets involved,
game
that
2.
Fields of
It
Love
was not banned
dead.
game 1.
Jingwei's got to start using things
But I wonder
like
if
ultimate or
Bacchus
beads
with
in order to be
Aspect
able to get the
with this
distance and
hammer
get
would
out
be
of the
just
range of the
broken.
damage.
This has been very back and forth in terms of just kind of the set itself. It feels like there's a lot of tit for tat going on, you know? I think the most interesting to me
Ymir's
is
zero
the jungle
counterplay? I think
matchup,
he's
and
broken.
Continue to see
I think he's
that, I'm
broken.
sure, 'cause how
Coast
Scream
has played it a
plays
lot of games.
Valo has this
Coast
way
is
of
playing Sobek and
adapting
Ymir.
jungle to jungle and answer the tempo that jungler set.
Yeah,
And I
Ansile would
think
be
it's
sick
always
also
been
on
the most
Bacchus.
interesting to see how it answers against Scream. Gold Fury pulled at 516. It's already down to a quarter. That thing's already dead before the heroes can even fully react. Scream wants to force the fight, gets a taunt on
Dude,
Valo. Benny
they're just fucked. I think they're
gonna be
fucked.
there.
There's
Tough
nothing they
break for
can
the
do.
heroes,
Benny's
but now
dead.
you got an engage out from Cosmic Dreamers, looking to see if they can get in the back line.
Oh,
The
Speak's
Flop's
dead
gonna find
also.
two of the knockoff, and they're both gonna fall after. Double kill for Merca.
The way that the ability stacked up there on top of Benny and Speak No Evil, so much damage from
over.
the shield burst, the heart bomb. It was a lot.
Benny was like their
Finally,
only
Bacchus really showing
chance.
up there. When you're able to get the flop off, the damage is gonna
Yeah,
be good
he's
enough.
also
So
not
not
playing-
only the Cosmic Dreamers walk
he's
away
not
with that
playing
Gold Fury.
Afro. There's
They'll
not
have
been
a
an
couple of
Afro
kills
game in
to
finals.
boot. Really
Not been picked
sets
or
the
banned.
pace for this game for them. So not only is Valo going ballistic with this Amaterasu
Ares is banned.
pick,
Ares is banned.
now your Cupid Merca is 3 levels up on Kano.
And Scream
Scream's
is dead to Deduin.
It's over.
This is not an ideal
No, not
start
Coast.
for the
Speak.
Elysium
I think
heroes.
Speak has had
This
2
is
good Afro
Cosmic
games, and
Dreamers
Speak's not
finding
playing
the
it.
gas pedal and just throwing it down, going absolutely nuts.
Game 2, Speak
and
had such a good Afro game, readily
pushing their pressure
available, and he
as far
picked
as they
Kepri
can.
over it
The
into a
Elysium
bad
heroes,
Kepri
though,
game,
if they can
and he
find
got
a way to the
farmed,
late game,
and he was
they'll be able
useless.
to put up a pretty solid fight.
this
You
game,
have
I think, is actually
characters
already
like
over.
Hercules and Athena, who once you have some
Every
bigger items
objective's gonna be
online, some more
dead.
damage, some
They have no
penetration,
solo
you can just
pressure, they
turn
have no
around and
duo
blow
pressure,
somebody
their
up.
mid's
You
behind,
already
their
have the
jungler's
Hydra's
useless.
Lament for the Athena to offer more damage on her reach autos, but without penetration, she won't be able to properly hurt Valo because you know that there's going to be a Berserker shield on the way there. She
Scream
can't
also
look
has
at Bologna
Blink.
because of the shield stack. So, all in all, Elysium Heroes not in a great spot.
Not at all.
Hunters
Not
don't
at
get banned.
all.
I don't think.
Easy. And
I don't think
especially
Hunter's been
early
banned
on,
a
too,
single
because I
time.
feel like we haven't seen. If we've seen a game sort of be at that insane pace,
there's not been
it's
any
normally
Willixes either.
decided by 12 minutes, or we have that miracle comeback moment around that time. But I don't know if the Cosmic Dreamers are a team that's going to make that type of mistake to allow the heroes back in.
If the heroes do get away back,
I actually
in, it's
think
gonna
the
be off
worst
the
part
back
about
of Benny.
Kepri is that he is just
That
bad
player
into
is an
every
absolute monster.
support in the
And
game
if you
right
give
now.
him room to operate, he's gonna make
Like,
it
he's
your
bad into
problem.
Sobek,
So
he's
Cosmic
bad into
Dreamers, the
Ymir, he's
real
bad
path
into
forward is
Ares, he's
finding a way
bad
to
into
keep Benny
Afro.
queued down so that you don't have to worry about that going forward.
Solo gank out onto Crow. Bacchus over. We'll see what it comes of it. Crow does get the dash
He's
away.
bad into Emoja.
Block committed. Eagles rally
bad
to
into
damage
Em.
on. Athena ultimate. Will it get there in time? Boulder out. Crow lives to see another day. Now Scream with a taunt onto Leo. Not
Even
enough
shit
damage
supports like
there, but
Cabrakan,
Crow
I don't think Kipra's
gets
very good
away.
into.
Big shout outs to mitigate.
actually don't think his
wounds.
matchup
No
into Bacchus is
anti-heal
that
available
bad,
for
but
the
I don't think
Cosmic
Bacchus is
Dreamers
very
yet,
good.
So they're just rocking off that Bacchus belch in order to limit the effectiveness of the mitigate wounds from Hercules.
No point in banning them. Exactly,
Crow will
JK.
have
You'll just
a
get an
little
OP
bit of an
hunter.
easier time dealing with these ganks from the Cosmic Dreamers.
I mean, it doesn't matter at this
Something
point.
else that
Nobody's
going
gonna
to
do damage to him. They're so far behind.
You know, Athena's been going to do
Maybe
in this
Benny
match
does
is
a
the
little
fact
bit of
that
damage.
Leo's going the aspect on Bologna. Shield stacks for everybody.
Here we
Athena's
go
turned off.
again. Valo's here.
Oh!
Gets stuck in the waves, though. Speak No Evil slows down Valo. But Valo's still walking forward and has Bacchus there for backup. Do you dive? No. You got Benny here. Benny turns the corner, stun on, Rain's Fire. There's not enough there to find a pick.
They're down 5,000 gold.
Heal from
Gold
Speak
Fury's
No
up in
Evil
30
is
minutes.
huge, and we
or
talked
30
about that in
seconds.
picks and bans, how everybody from Elysium Heroes has options to both get away, and the tanks have ways to make space for their squishies. And it's so important that they have it, because without it,
Crow even rotates
Valor
over. He
just
doesn't
runs
do
in
anything
for
in these
free,
fights either.
And there's nothing you
Playing
can do
into
to get
Cupid.
away. A really beautiful.
I'm pretty sure
Rivers
this game's
review
over.
From Speak No Evil, who, honestly, I didn't know.
I'm hating
who
this new
Speak No
you speak
Evil
of saying
was
getting
going
rounded
into
instead of
this,
getting
but
first rounded.
I
This is
am
worse
a
than the mid
fan
discourse.
now, because they have just been going crazy.
Rain fires
There's a
out.
couple
Hexy
things that
gets
I
away
hate.
just in time. Double flop.
She
only
shot
to
called
find
me
the
Cuh
one.
the other day,
Now
and that
dash
kind of
from
pissed
Scream
me
looks
off a little
forward,
bit.
but Valo's here, and look how much damage Valo does! Scream got an instant! The Cosmic Dreamers now up 5k gold coming up on 10 minutes. A gold Fury up, and with the objective pressure that this composition has in Cosmic Dreamers.
That's true.
Susie,
That's true. At
this
least
is
I'm
a
not
tough
Unk.
ask for the heroes to respond. They've got 3 in the pit already. Cosmic Dreamers, let it go. Valo
Speak's dead.
wants to dash in. Valo wants you to step up, and Speak No Evil will go down a rampage for the Amaterasu.
Sunbeam Bow and Brachy's Harp, one of the strongest power curve combinations
Scream's
here.
dead.
Gold for Unleashed.
And that's going to be a
this
dead
game's over.
Athena. Mirko
This
with
game's
the
fucking
credit
over.
finds the killing spree. Dash in after. Kano's just got to get away.
This
The
game is
Gold Fury
fucking
will
over.
fall to the Cosmic Dreamers. Their second one of the game. A crazy lead already. At 10 minutes with 10 kills.
I've really been liking the way that Vaporish Coast has been rocking this Bacchus. So much aggression, and especially with that Mystical Mail too. When he
I
gets
also
up
hate
next to you,
Telfer.
you start taking more and more damage away from your health bar.
Yeah, this was actually a
And
really good Cupid
because
game.
Bacchus is able to just jump in.
I'm
on
glad
top
that
of them,
Mirka
same
played
deal with
Cupid and not just
Valo.
locking in on her
Dude's
again or
getting a
locking
lot
in
of value
Artemis
from
again.
The shield, you just throw it on one of your characters who's diving in, and they get a bit of burst of damage there. You have a Soul Gem proc to go with it. So far, the game plan from Cosmic Dreamers is being executed perfectly, and they are just pushing their lead as much as they can. Pyromancer taken away by the Cosmic Dreamers.
This game's over.
We are
All right.
so close
This game's
to
over.
just Cosmic
this is
Dreamers
crazy.
running away with the game here.
This is crazy. I mean, we're getting close to 10k gold lead in 11 minutes. Like, that's kind of remarkable for how good Elysium Heroes has looked. You know, I got to give a lot of credit to something that we haven't talked about in a little
Dude, like,
bit. I
imagine-
mean, there's a lot we can
There-
look
it's-
at.
it's
We
so
can look at the
close.
support difference in terms of gods. We can talk about Scream's comparison jungle-wise of having Athena into Amma. But let's not forget that Crow has been banned out the majority of these
Cosmic
first
Horrors
three
are going to hit
games
like
due to the nature
40k
of
when
the body
Elysium
weight.
Heroes hits 30k.
And Crow has just simply not looked the same on the not Achilles, not Mordred gods.
I
We
wonder
scale?
if Elysium Heroes real
Wait, what is
getback
we
is gonna
scale
be
right
that
now?
Game 4 when they have the chance to reset those bans and open up that god pool, because
I
you're
have
right
to
on
see
the
we
money.
scale quick.
We have been targeting and limiting Crow for everything they got. The leap in from Vaporish Coast, but he's all alone.
All alone for now. You see more on the way for backup, and Coast is still standing, at
inting?
least for the time being. Finally
Coast
getting, at
inting?
least for the time being. Finally getting reinforcements.
What's we scale?
You do have the Bologna here, though, in the mid lane. That's
the
going to be a
fuck
go
is
button on the
that?
tower. Waves are out, but that tower is going to fall before it matters too much. Valo goes in, only finds a stun on to Speak No Evil.
6
and
to
dashes
54
away.
is crazy.
Bit of an interesting engage from Vaporish Coast there. I don't think they realized how many people were waiting behind that wall for them. Very reminiscent of like Han Solo opening up the door and there's a million stormtroopers and he's like, hey, I did not intend to find
Some
all the men
ribs.
behind the curtain here. So Elysium Heroes get to have a little bit of get back, but the tower.
I'm having pizza for dinner. That's what I'm having.
Global gold for them so that they can extend their lead even further. We're not quite to Fire Giant yet, but the moment it spawns, I expect Dreamers to swarm it like a flock of flies.
Oh, here we go again.
Wait,
this
Leo
time,
dead?
though, a stun onto Leo will be enough to find a pick. That Bologna feels so impossible to kill. Look how much damage Leo is just face tanking. Just now dies. Swap over almost a catch on Crow from Coast to send them packing. Valo on the way back with the teleporter. You got the heck.
Oh, Coast didn't have ult for like a second.
But it looks like the heroes disengage.
Like
in time.
tapes and CDs.
It takes 5
Bro,
people
I'm not
and
30.
so many tools just to take down one Bologna, but now Doon's here with open the gates. It's off the mark, so Benny will be okay. Will he? Coast?
Willie. Yeah, Benny sees it, but it's kind of like, I don't know about this one, King.
Pepperoni.
This has been a good game for Coast on the box.
Why are we insulting pepperoni? I think
He
mine
makes
is a
that
pepperoni
rotation over
pizza.
to the left side instead. I wonder if they're looking for something here with Kano. The damage from Cupid is
Jeez.
quite a bit, but surely the heroes have pretty much figured out at this point that unless you're super grouped up, you don't want to pick a fight because Cosmic Dreamers with their
Tape
lead
this
are
dick to your
absolutely
forehead
willing
so you
to just
can
turn
see
it on
these
anybody
nuts.
who gets too close to them.
Oh,
Pepperoni
boy,
is not
Mirko
dog
in
shit.
on
Stop.
Scream level 11.
It's worse than
and just
sausage,
getting
but it's not the
slammed
worst.
At every corner I'm using.
Yeah, and again, you have to be
In
careful
Pittsburgh,
trying to
it's
pick fights.
common
You
to
just
have
don't
anchovies
the
on
level.
pizza.
You're 3 levels down from the enemy jungler. The Scream, it might
No,
be
it's good.
time to focus
It's good,
a little
Lurak.
bit more on farming instead of kills, because if you just
That's why we
die
don't
over and over and over
we don't
again,
fuck
it's
with
more
aggro.
gold in the pockets of
Aggro
Cosmic
puts
Dreamers, and
anchovies-
they're just gonna
anchovies
further
on
extend
pizza.
What they have with Gold Fury respawning and ults available, at least in the hands of Leo for the Cosmic Dreamers, and
I hate
Valo
green
and
peppers.
Coast not too far behind. It feels like
You know what
heroes
pizza's
don't
actually
have a great
underrated?
way into this fight.
A barbecue pizza.
What way in?
shredded
Valo
chicken,
might be
some
away to the
onions.
grayscale. Already aggressing.
Fucking
Can't
yummy.
find the stun. The rebuke. Hang on. A
killed
big
him.
shutdown on Valo. Goes to speak no evil. But Kano falls right after as well. See, I mean, you take it, but tough that
think
it
some
goes
pizza
to speak
underrated.
no evil,
Agreed.
especially
Spittin'?
when I'm sure if
Yes,
you could have
sir.
written it up, you would have written it up going to Scream.
I don't like ranch.
Scream,
I don't
even
like chicken
Benny,
bacon ranch pizzas because I don't like
Someone
ranch.
who can hand it. Yeah, anybody who isn't the
Ranch is one of those
support,
things
like,
that I just find disgusting.
Speak no evil. You are super cool. You need to share that. Like what? Like you
Nah.
said, we're happy to put a
Get some
pause
help.
onto Valo and
Get some help.
maybe make
Mushrooms
Cosmic
do not
Dreamers
belong on
respect
pizzas.
The damage potential.
Mushrooms
for
do
Elysium
not
Heroes just
belong
a
on
bit
pizzas.
more, so that they don't just completely run away with everything. You don't get
Yeah, I don't like
completely
ranch.
walked over, but
I don't like
Cosmic
ranch.
Dreamers,
Erica
they
puts
still walk
ranch
away
with, like,
the Gold
everything.
Fury post engagement there.
Ranch
Now
on
they get to turn
pizza,
over
ranch on
to something
chicken,
like a
ranch
Pyromancer
on,
and with Fire
like, a
Giant
salad.
available. It feels almost
No,
like a
I don't like
foregone
ranch.
conclusion that
Not
they're
at
gonna
all.
Start that up as soon as they
I don't like.
physically can.
What
and
the fuck?
response from
No way you
Elysium
like
Heroes
ranch
is,
that much.
You know, what does that perfect fight for them look like? As
I-
Pyromancers picked up, confirmed by Cosmic Dreamers. We're
There's
really
no
looking
way you
for a
like
chance to
ranch that
have-
much.
I would want to maybe bait Crow a little bit, see if your Hercules can walk up and pull some tools away from Cosmic Dreamers, and then
That's what I'm
have
saying.
Scream
I feel
go
like
in
that's a
and start the
weird
fight.
EU
Scream,
opinion.
Try to throw him in the middle
I
of the
agree,
mix
Voltrix.
so that your taunt
I
gets a
agree.
little bit more
Blue
value,
cheese is
but
better than
it
ranch.
feels like that's not quite what's happening.
Fire's already at half health. Where's your go? Where's your entry point? Speak no evil's already going to be dead before
see,
the
I'm not
fight
talking about the game
begins.
much 'cause this game is
Mirko
over.
with the credit.
This game will have to go
Speak no
35
evil
minutes
got
to have
murked.
any chance
Now
of an
Scream in
Elysium
the
Heroes
push.
dub.
Eagles rally on to Crow, who's just got to find a way out of here at this point. Fire picks
Thank
back
you,
up.
Chris.
Scream's gonna
Agreed,
go for the
Chris.
steal. Down to 1,000. Scream in. Doduin gets the fire.
Buffalo wings and
Scream
blue
out.
cheese,
Chased by
fuck me,
Valo.
superb.
Here we go. Dazzling offensive out. Stun on. Combine a sunbeam bow. You got yourself a dead Scream. And the Crow is not calling so much anymore. 3 dead. Fire to Cosmic Dreamers.
Yeah,
Again,
sometimes
it
this
felt
is
like
this is a pretty
Cosmic
rare
Dreamers
like
just have
stomp. We've
control.
actually had a
They
few stomps
split
today.
up Crow, who's forced to walk
Bobby
around
eats
the
cottage cheese and
side,
salami.
and
What's wrong
then
with cottage cheese?
Scream isn't able to find anything, but
Salami's
that fight
also
opens
good.
up with Speak No Evil walking up and getting double ulted.
I don't think there's a
Just to
meat I
have-
don't like.
Control after the fact. Like Cosmic Dreamers, it feels like they can use
Call me
whatever tools
Arby's.
they want
I'll
to, whatever
take the meat.
ultimates they want to, on targets that you wouldn't necessarily start a fight with and not get punished for it because they're all grouped up and Val
You're a
is
healthier
just so
eater?
huge.
I mean,
that
it's
he
just
can
the macros
walk
on
up to
cottage
somebody and kill
cheese.
them.
So good.
Who cares if you have to double ult to Gimoja?
Mid Phoenix gone.
Just gets it for free.
Valo, though, really far. You
Ow.
can't step that far up to a team like Elysium Heroes. Even if they're that far behind, they will punish you. So one Phoenix down, though, to the Amaterasu
True,
moment.
Borks,
Easy,
true.
what's the worth level on that?
It's a good trade. For Cosmic Dreamers, they're happy to take something off the board, and Valo is so big and so much further ahead
So
from Scream that they
big
can take
and
that death and
strong.
be okay, but guess who's next on the chopping
Did they
block?
get Coast
Forest
here?
Coast.
Gets the flop away. You've got Merca there, feels the love out. That's going to be a good response. This is getting scary for the heroes. In goes Eagles rally. Hang on, Coast is dead. You got some fight back. You have damage from Benny, but you just lost Scream. Leo going aggressive, finds Kano still standing up too. The gates are there. They split, can't find it. Merca around the corner to help out Leo, who's still throwing, by the way. The Duin combines. Double for Leo and Doodoo. And down go Elysium Heroes.
Good target acquisition from Leo there.
Domino's
You saw
barbecue
Yamoja
sauce.
try to body block a little bit, get in the way between Leo and Kano, but he guns it straight to that Jing Wei and takes him out. Bologna is such an important pick in this composition. The block stacks, the disarm, it hurts Athena,
What's up,
it
Galza?
hurts
How you doing?
Kano. Two of the bigger damage dealers from Elysium Heroes.
Cook a lot or eat
Benny
out?
Q,
Cook.
probably top, is top damage. So because you're able to shut out two players,
Oh,
you can just
amazing
focus
nerf
on this
tanks.
Agni, and then the fight after the fact. Left side Phoenix burned away.
You might be in your
Cosmic
bag for
Dreamers
once, Caustic. You
looking
might.
good, feeling
give it to
good.
you.
Nothing can slow them down at this point unless we get
Best
a
sauce
real
for pasta?
Hail Mary from the Elysium Heroes.
And a Hail Mary that's got to connect,
Is bolognese
right? You can't just
the
heave the
sauce,
ball. It's
or is
gotta be
bolognese
caught
the pot,
for
like
Hail
the
Mary
entire
to
dish?
actually matter. Otherwise, it's just a play. And that is what feels the scariest, because we saw it before with Scream. That attempt failed. We've seen some good fight, but even one of the best fights we've seen just kind of got disrupted by the Doing combined with Leo, just doing so
I
much
like
work.
that's probably my favorite.
And look at the
Either that
experience
or-
differential here. We're approaching that. It's
Vodka
almost
sauce
20
is
minutes in
also
the
good.
game, right? Crow's level 16, while Leo's up 3 levels over that. And then you see
White
as
ragu.
well, Scream still
What?
down 3 levels.
Come
the only
on.
person who's kind of keeping up is Benny Q. But look here, Vaporish Coast caught out.
Maybe not. Already got the flop away. Scream on the way.
4-man ammo.
Lands Valos in really deep. I don't know if you can get out. You dash into the waves, but the Doing pulls up massive with Merca to start
Scream.
bringing back down those heroes. They
kill
fall
anyone? They
one
killed
at a
Valo?
time. Scream gets one beyond the grave pick onto Valo, but it's just that one. The Doing will chase out Speak No Evil. Benny Q is being hunted as well on the left side by Leo. This is as chalked gets for the Elysium Heroes.
I do believe
on,
the
Doing.
phrase. Come on, you got it. There it is. I
No,
believe
that's
the
actually a
phrase
good-
is.
that's actually a good
It's
death
totally
delay.
Jover, boys. I think we gotta go
they-
next here.
Maybe they
Because
can.
you have 4 people
Maybe they
dead.
can actually
Benny
end.
Q on death's door. He'll make it to
They
the
can actually
fountain.
end.
But everybody from Cosmic Dreamer is ready to walk up. Benny Q, do you have the Hail Mary?
This might be kind of
Maybe?
risky. You got Crow up soon. Kano as well. This Titan has to die fast if your Dreamer is going for the commit. Benny is just trying to buy time. Now in is Crow. You got the Flux out. Boulder going to be online here soon, but the Titan's going to die first. And the Cosmic Dreamers put themselves
I don't know.
onto match
He's been
point.
Speak's been building this exact same build like every game, where he goes Pridwin first, no matter what, and then he goes Thebes second, like 90% of the time.
Can the Cosmic Dreamers take it? Elysium Heroes trying to hang on and force a game number 5. It's Malum, Muzi, and Tess all hanging out in the booth together.
It's the
And speaking of
Scranubis.
together, Cosmic Dreamers grouped as 5.
Oh no!
going? What's the
Are they gonna
play?
kill? Are they
If
gonna
this
kill the
Mulan-
Krulon?
Goes down here.
Oh,
This
no.
is a
The
big
Krulon.
issue for the Mulan. You could also hunt for the Anubis jungle. There's a lot of options here, Muzi.
It is Anubis Jungle, isn't it? We were watching Screenplay Anubis Jungle. Cool. Okay. Not a lot of mobility with that character.
Oh,
and,
they're gonna
like,
find Crow.
0 level 1 pressure too.
Did they find Crow?
Like, especially in the jungle. Mulan.
Oh no! Oh, it's a disaster! Oh no!
Crow, no!
Oh,
First blood goes to Valo.
No!
Well, I think Solo Lane's a little cooked.
And they have
I'm
Jingwei
gonna
fly in
call
too.
that like I sees it. That lane's cooked. Unless Crow works a miracle in that lane, because you know the Bologna's happy to just sit there and attack Mulan with
375
that
gold.
Death's
Let's
Toll,
fucking
with the
go!
Scourge.
Yeah, you don't do anything there. You're
issues for
dead.
anybody
You're
over
dead.
there. Not a good start. Not a great start for Elysium Heroes. And I just thought of something too, as this dual lane gets dicey.
No,
as well.
we don't need
Toast
Invader's Curse.
taking some damage, he'll be fine.
No.
No way anybody.
Invader's Curse is boring.
Don't troll me. But but what happens if Elysium Heroes wins? Do these bands carry over too?
Yes, they do.
Ghost?
I know. I fear our graphic is run out of space. We'll figure it out when we get there. It's a bridge we can cross then.
Where the fuck is Scream going?
There, Scream as Anubis in the back.
You're only level 1.
What do you do here?
Scream is level 2 though. This is that's unlucky.
Potential. I like if he's just there.
Ah,
Like, let's all
shit.
farm
Scream's
together.
dead.
It's like
Ah,
that.
shit.
Oh, Kano kills Vaporish Coast, and now
Ah,
Scream's level 1.
shit.
Val hit level 2. Scream's gotta go.
Scream.
So dead.
This is so ridiculous.
He's so dead.
Wait, is he maybe not dead?
We'll wait.
I mean, do
No,
I
he's
have
dead.
to like pretend I'm excited about that one?
I can cover you for this one. And
Invaders
Scream goes
insanely
down,
cringe?
picked up there by
think-
Valo.
The game starts at 0 minutes.
Thank you.
Speak no evil.
wait.
That's actually big. What are we
That's
doing?
kinda crazy.
Why are we just spoon feeding Valo? I'm actually gonna crash out, dude. Loki's not even good. If you give him a 4th kill, Kano, walk away, bro.
Valo on the quest.
That's a really good. I like that call by
Devs to
Malum.
nerf
I like
Loki,
that call a lot
which
by
is
Malum.
already
My
like
face is so
bottom
red.
3 character in the game.
What
What are we doing?
The game starts at negative 50 seconds. You should be ready to
Oh,
play the game
boy.
at negative 50 seconds. That's why I
Game
think
4,
invaders
huh?
invading
They're
is
such
good.
players, dude.
Loki isn't even good. That is
Scream
such a good call.
jungler. I just am sad.
I promise you, these are the goats. There are machinations happening here that are beyond our level of understanding. The capability is here. The tools are here. We don't know how to use them. We just gotta wait.
Should have
for
went
these guys
aspect
to show
Loki.
us how this dish is really prepared. Unfortunately, the heat's a little high here, so things are getting overcooked.
Ooh, Scream gank and duo. Level 3 now for the Goobus. Turns the corner. Does have a good wrap damage on. Hang on.
Do they kill?
Is there
Okay.
some belief still to be had? Kano brings down Merca. Coast might just fall too. The body blocks are fantastic.
That was a really
The dash,
smart play by
though,
Coast.
it
Hitting
was
level
off.
3 to get dash.
So at least, the wrap was just barely off there. The dash came up just in time, so Scream's able to get a little bit going for himself, but Loki's gonna hit 5 first. Oh, Kraken!
Him,
Ooh.
he missed Kraken.
Ooh.
That'll say you really feel.
It's that was a little stinky, but
Yeah, I still don't love how
this
the
Kraken, I was
damage
gonna
numbers
talk
are
about
in
it
this
too,
game
same
versus
with
Smite 1.
Loki ult. Where the beads, right? Benny and Kano both have purification.
Oh, almost,
so
Drake,
they have
almost.
good responses to the Loki ultimate. Meanwhile, for Cosmic Dreamers, you see that Valo, Duduin, and Merca have beads. So the targets here, more than likely, you can easily catch Leo and Vaporish Coast, but is the damage going to be good enough? If Scream can get some penetration online, like Totem or
Yeah, exactly, Mercurius.
Shard,
And you get to your side of the map faster. If you
it's
go
like,
to the enemy side of the
if
map, they
get some
can be
damage
there
online, they
already
might be able
ready.
to shred through one of the tanks because they are.
My goat is washed. Don't say it. Don't say it.
What's the official tag on that? Like Nuker?
Something like that.
Did they
It's
get
there.
it? Valor's here.
Coast?
That,
Makes
was
them
that
happy with the
invade
body
good? That
blocks?
invade was good for Elysium Heroes, so they get the purple away from Cosmic Dreamers. So jokes aside, last
No,
season,
John,
ha-has
'cause
aside,
they removed
very
Combat
close
Blink, my
game so
beloved.
far, and Scream has caught up that difference in the jungle, now evening things up at 5.
Valo's got level 5 though. He's hanging out near that dual lane, waiting for the prime
I
opportunity.
don't know about encouraged, but I think it should be viable as a strat, just as viable as just not invading, which I think it
He
is.
won't be able to find his way back, but that purple's coming up soon, so there's an inevitable scuffle around that buff camp, and Scream has decided that, oh no,
Combat
he's gonna
blink?
take the teleporter
It's
back in. so
blinking, but you can
get ready
blink
for
even when
this.
you're in combat with an enemy.
Purple invade out from Valo, does get secured. Valo in trouble, gets knocked away before the
Valo's fine.
flop and is able to ult out, sidesteps the Kraken out of range. Oh my god! We get it. You wanted
Poseidon's a
him
bad god, I'll say it.
Sidestep is a very generous.
Poseidon's a bad god. We can all admit it.
Valo, he's able to get away.
Having
Well,
fun?
he's not able to
Ah.
get away, but in
Lame.
his escape, he forces out 3 ultimates just for his life. So potential re-engage, but with Duduin using,
He's
ultimate
warming up,
there,
Diamond. He's warming
not
up.
finding anything. So unlikely. Do you think we see Gold Fury get jumped on like we did last time. I
hope
don't
so.
think
That'd
we
be
have
funny.
the characters to make it happen, but
But it'd be funnier if they did in this instance, right?
oh my god, it'd be
Grab
great.
corner camp
have the
damage
ult.
on to Deduin. Flop after.
They don't kill, I don't think.
Scream doesn't have ult
I don't think it's
anymore,
particularly
though.
close
Now
either.
Speak No Evil's got to split away. Still on the hunt. Runs
Oh
into
my
Loki. Speak No Evil.
Is that just
runs
Sunder
down
damage?
Deduin all the way. It is ultimately going to turn into a kill, right?
Well, yes. Wait.
Okay, yeah. Now we got
Okay,
tagged.
there
Is he
Okay.
one maxing?
I was like, well, you know, he might be able to even Stevens it, but we'll end up going down. And
Is he
because of
one
that, Scream's
maxing?
able to get some more farm into the Cosmic Dreamers.
By building
side of the
trans?
camp.
Oh,
Which
you're
Scream
so
has got
right,
ahead of
Impact.
Vallo.
You're so
Yeah.
right.
Well, he's been farming.
I didn't even
Imagine
notice
you're
that.
able to get a kill off on the Loki, and then afterwards you're able to take all their cans. It's gonna be your way back in here. So the trouble with Scream here, though, is that he really lacks the mobility to get these camps, and then.
So why
try to
does
make
Leo not
rotations
have his-
happen after the fact? So he's really.
Why
gotta
does
be
Leo
careful
not
about
have
his
mystical mail
positioning,
yet?
making sure he's in the right place at the right time, because Vallo has no such issues. He can just nume anywhere he pleases.
Speak No Evil will run into Vallo, quite literally run into each other. Maybe a smooch.
Yeah, the lead is gone,
let's
which
do
is
a solo
crazy.
check-in. Easy, because you called solo lane over.
Hey,
It's
thank you,
still a
Blue
lead
Streak.
for
Thank you,
Leo, but
man.
It hasn't gotten worse for Crow.
So
All for
Leo
Smite
will
2.
have the
All for Smite 2.
advantage of not having to worry about too much. Oh, hold that thought. Gold Fury, Coast
Already at
wants to
half
get
health.
in.
You've got Coast nearby, like you said. Hecty's on the way. Lasers on. Gold Fury goes down, but it's
The Dreamers stole it.
stolen by the Cosmic Dreamers. And then the gates
Krafer, they
are
were falling.
great at Speak No Evil. All right, sure. Vallo has Athena ult, gets his own ult off onto Scream, who steps
Oh
away,
my-
but they're going to settle for a dead Benny Q as well. Now you turn back, taunt and dead Goobus as well. Double for Coast. Gold Fury, one back at the gold, 7-4 now. A couple thousand gold lead.
The drop bomb that you have between Loki and Athena, so Loki can just cross the distance like he is right now. Kano, I don't know if you know this, there's an Athena behind you.
Athena has a level lead on
Yeah,
Kano.
Oh my gosh. And also the body block that Loki was able to pull off there against Benny Q that
Dude,
Poseidon
Valor
had
is
nowhere
so
to
good
go.
on Loki.
And a character like Poseidon, no dashes, they've got a bit of mobility, but it's not enough to get away from Loki. Once he's on you, he's on you. Good luck peeling him off, especially when
Kano?
there's an Athena to back him up. Kano?
Kano's low, but still willing to take the fight. Respect that one, for sure, but unfortunately unable to get anything. And so far, this has been a more interesting game than it might have
Nah,
seemed.
Benny's a
from the
great
draft.
mid laner.
Again, laughing, having fun, hee hee ha ha. But the
Benny is a
seriousness
great
of the
mid
game
laner.
so far is the Dreamers are holding on to a lead, but when you look across the actual stat
It
line,
is crazy
the
that-
itemization across, it really doesn't.
I mean, he is
look
having a
as
bad game,
as
for
the
sure.
Score may make you seem.
He is
Well,
definitely not playing very well this
Elysium
game.
Heroes composition, I will say this. They very much have a comp that
You
can
might
just
be right there,
brawl
Truth. You might be right there.
And they're trying to leverage that as best they can. Again in the mid lane.
I didn't think they
Scream's
could.
back.
That laser
He did
unfortunately
no
good
damage.
there for Scream.
But he's
Close
also
call.
got Chronos Pendant, so he's just
Couple
trying to force relics
close
and
ults
stuff.
like that from Scream. It seems like he's popping the laser pretty early just to try to lock things
I'm trolling.
down.
Figured. Good call. Good call.
Well,
He is not
he
looking
has
great
the
this
Chronos
game.
Pendant online, so he's very willing to just let loose any abilities he feels like. So especially that ultimate, if you think there's a chance for a kill, you just go for it. And again, making rotations. You mentioned solo lane. Well, guess who wants to make it their problem? Not Scream. He'll show face for a second, but nothing crazy after that. But like I was saying before, the Elysium Heroes composition, they're just constantly looking for fights. That is their big thing. They have very bombastic team fight abilities. Mostly their ultimates, right? Kraken, Death Gaze. You got the big damage from Bacchus. Once Crow starts joining these team fights,
European staying up till
Master Large,
midnight
she can
again.
really cut up a team fight and force people to look at her because of the way that she'll be positioned. I do feel, though, that Cosmic Dreamers will have responses in hand. Like, they have Peel from Coast.
As I yawn, and it's only
feels pretty
5:30 for
safe.
me.
Leo and Deduin can work off of each other. You know, the Bologna jumps in, you give her a magic shield, and suddenly the very magic damage heavy comp we see here buckles a bit because you can't kill the Bologna. As much as I enjoy the scrappiness from Elysium Heroes, I worry that once we hit late game, Cosmic Dreamers will be just a bit more stable in that end game.
Yeah.
I think you'd rather just have
It's gonna be close
Ansile
on
over
how this one breaks
Gargoyles.
down. I'm still caught up on how close the game has stayed and how kind of stagnated the gold lead has actually gotten throughout it. Usually that's what's it seems very I don't know the right words to explain it. It just
Don't say 7:30 p.m.
you know how you
sharp
kinda
like
look for
that.
those patterns of things. I feel like that's the pattern of being surprised it hasn't gotten more far. I think I expected when we saw the Anubis jungle just to see the weaknesses of the Anubis jungle be more prominent, and that really hasn't been the case.
Well, when you're as an experienced player as Scream, you can make a lot of picks work, but Cosmic Dreamers, this grouping around the purple buff, it's up, so they want that invade.
And the invade will be no good. Secured by the heroes.
Apparently they are
do
bugged,
lose
but
their support.
This mic
Credit
cues
goes
are
to
actually bugged,
Valor.
I'm pretty
The
sure.
Cosmic
That's what they were
Dreamers could
saying.
Turn this into a gold fury.
Vala had to use ultimate there. You
My
have
tourney.
BBL3 with ultimate.
I like
So
their casting.
Kraken is available for a steal. Gold Fury is picked up on 3/4 health, so here comes Benny Q.
Gates out.
That's all that
Screen
needs to be
caught,
said.
brought back to the do, and it will go down without getting much damage out. An early talisman to step up. That Kraken's not going to do a lot
And
to
that hit
deter.
Benny.
Benny Q will go down as well to Merca. The Cosmic Dreamers pick up more. Kano could
Yeah,
be next.
Ansile's
He's
magical
looking
too.
for the
Just no
wave.
cooldown, but I think it's
Jump on.
fine.
Great pillar though to cut off Coast.
That's the pillar that blocked the Hercules ultimate a few games ago right there. That is solid. Really good at
Yeah, they are
denying
kinda getting
damage,
shit stomped
both
this game.
To and fro your team. Something that I realized too with this Heroes comp as speak no evil. Are you gonna try to steal this?
Oh, so
Oh my
close.
God!
We got it! He got it! What an insane steal from Speak No Evil. You go
It is a
down,
trans
but a
Loki.
massive steal to keep things close. I mean, Cosmic Dreamers, we've said it. They have this lead, but it isn't significant. You can look at spots where it's been kept close. Now you add a steal into that as well for the Heroes. That's significant.
Well, and the Heroes need that gold too because we're waiting on penetration to be online for Scream and for Benny Q. That's when their damage really starts rolling. And
Yeah.
there is a significant spike here
Yeah.
for Scream now that you have Bancroft's survivability and not enough anti-heal yet from Cosmic Dreamers. Valo starting their brawlers, but nobody else has something available. So Scream can stay alive during team fights if he can get abilities off.
Scream. Unfortunately, dead. Does get some damage off. Queen Naga low. There's the Kraken for Benny Q defensively. Almost brought down Valo, who's got to step away as well. That Queen Naga, forgotten about.
Naga's
this instance,
bugged.
now on her here too.
Oh my goodness.
You get the stuns off. No Valo able to escape outside of the range. Goes
Valo.
back in.
What a weird play by
Easy
Valo
kill
there.
for Kano, finding the killing spree as well. Benny Q
should be a really good kill for Coast.
Dave Coast, unfortunately. Oh, what?
Wait.
Hello?
Benny's actually
Benny
healing
Q
so
making
much.
this possible. Has some sustain on too from the soul gem, but the dash in into the whirlpool. You've got Merca here now though, so unfortunately impossible. Benny Q made that seem more possible than it should have been.
I mean, with the Soul Gem, as long as you're able to throw out enough abilities, theoretically you can live that. He might have been able to just book it away too, throw a whirlpool behind you and try to get out, but unfortunately, with Merca showing up when they did, they weren't credited with the kill, but they're just there to aura farm and make sure that their teammate will be able to finish.
Waiting to get Merc an assist. He's thinking.
Go on.
You know, I've got a gut feeling about
I'm your
something.
therapist. Go on. Predict it.
You know something crazy? I think Elysium Heroes wins this game. That's just what my gut tells me. I don't know how yet, but I think it's gonna happen.
Speak No Evil caught, gets the flop away. Okay. The Bach is able to stay alive. through
That's a
most of the
bold
chaos.
call.
Kano does step up.
Even
Merca
saying a
kinda
gut feeling.
looking at a potential flank. We'll see if they go through. Kano does get the red. I thought maybe it turned to a fight with Valo lurking, but not going to be the case.
You know, you've already talked about it, but I
I
feel
know,
like
the
it's worth
solo winners are
mentioning
just beating
again
each
how
other's
it's
heads
weird
in.
That Cosmic Dreamers aren't winning as hard as you would expect them to.
Yeah, it was a good
even though
steal
they're
on the Gold
finding
Fury,
hits
Germania,
and
slowing it down.
They have a Gold Fury, but
Yeah, Coast has gotten a lot of kills
beyond
flash that has pushed their lead a lot. That pushed his lead a lot.
Really would imagine it to be more. That worries me because if Scream and Benny specifically can get some items online, they're pretty. I mean, these characters are good at just looking at somebody and killing them if they're out of position, or maybe if they don't respect a character enough. They might be lulling Cosmic Dreamers into a false sense of security.
I also don't know how you're playing
Go
Bacchus in a
little
game
bit,
like
they
this.
think that it's in the bag, and then
Okay,
really turn it around.
okay. I like that. I like the vibe there. like, sure, you got this, and then you start to take it away. That's kind of
the queues are bugged right now. Future, they're fugged.
I mean,
fugged.
You've been on it throughout the day. Classic
Fucked and
heroes,
bugged.
Tech says in our ear.
They are fugged.
It's just I don't really have a lot to substantiate that on because like
Actually,
on
that's a
paper,
good point though, because the heroes were also kind of the comeback team of the previous tournament, right?
Yeah, they would like take an L and then come back with a couple W's, and they've been doing it throughout this tournament too. Maybe they cursed themselves by muting the
It's not
first
Innocent
game.
Rabbit's
Pyromancer
fault.
Goes the way of the Cosmic Dreamers. Just another objective for the team that seemingly has control. Ah, here you go, Cosmic Dreamers. This is how you start advancing your game state towards the end there. The Fire Giant picked up, and nobody from here.
Yeah, there'll be no Innocent Rabbit slander here.
Yeah, seemingly unaware, and the fire will go down. So Cosmic Dreamers belts around 5. The lead continues. The power play pops up right on cue. Elysium Heroes will try to get the Gold Fury, kind of in the meantime.
Every that guy turns to shit, he's touched one thing.
Early Kraken, but that just burns it faster.
Not a lot of damage from that Kraken. We really need Opshard.
I'm quick on the ban trigger. I'll say it.
The entirety of Cosmic.
I would
Dreamers.
take your
Guys
Innocent
for the cause
Rabbit
there.
slander elsewhere.
So this team
I'm
can
quick
get
on the ban
gold.
trigger, just so you know.
Leo has 2 levels over Crow, but Scream
Yeah,
is
we are
tied
confused.
with Valo.
Thank you.
I'm squinting right now because that is an indicator.
Is it your eyesight?
Yes, it's not. Most of it is not even Max's fault.
Get a new prescription, but
Most of it is Rally
why is
here's
Scream
fault.
tied with Valo? What does that mean going forward?
The 0-4 to 5-2 being tied is pretty insane.
Something's off. My gut tells me that something is off. I can't put my finger on it,
slander
but
me. I've ruined
do
the game.
believe that heroes with enough farm, with enough items, can flip it onto Cosmic Dreamers. I'm kind of being a believer here.
Fuck you,
Dreamers need
JK.
to be very careful.
Close the queue so everyone can tune into the finals.
It's not as
Genius.
chalked as we think it is.
Valo could look for a flank on this tier 2. Decent positioning there. Left lane, you have Hecate. Alone currently. Athena not there, but remember the ultimate.
Why are you typing that, Rudy?
Kind of head
Well,
anywhere.
why are you typing that?
Said Valo almost caught on the jungle. Scream pops the ultimate, but Scream is the one who gets popped and goes down. Leo with the credit. Elysium's heroes look to step back up, get their lick back. A good impale on the Leo. The flop too knocks him up. The wave doesn't bring him down.
Okay,
It's
they
gonna
got
take an
him.
ultimate and a crow to finally take out Leo. But now Valo kind of stuck around. That Kraken not to get the kill. The dagger is popped. Can this turn the fight around for the Cosmic Dreamers? The instant ult onto Crow. The auto resets are good. Crow not going to be tanky enough to survive it. Valo brings him down. Now Coast with a taunt on a Speak No Evil. And Speak No Evil, speak it no more.
Well, Kano, you're left alone, jumps over the wall, and the ultimate from Jingwei, but won't be able to find its mark. You know why Heroes had such a good start to that? Deduin wasn't here, but guess who is? Not Benny Q.
Not Penny Q anymore. Merca able to bring that down pretty quick. But look at the damage back on the Valo. Just too far up and goes down. Scream with their first kill of the game.
Yeah, that's
Scream's
bugged,
been
Galen.
grinding forward,
You need to
catches up.
Rex, it's
Almost
not
16,
Rudy. It's not
almost
my
16
fault.
in the jungle. Now you add a kill too. Things are looking off, but the taunt is good. Now Scream is dead again. Unlucky, but still worth noting. And now 7-19, Musi. You got fire off of
It bugs
2.
your inventory slot. Are you a
So
console
there is
player?
some signs of the messiness you've been looking at.
It feels like Heroes are just looking to cause chaos wherever they can, and they're definitely willing to
PC?
take whatever fight shows up.
Do you use like a funky button?
Interestingly enough, I kind of called it a little bit before, but the reason why Dreamers felt
I have heard
not
that
as strong with that initial
some people say
engagement from
Dagger's
Scream,
not
who
super
just
responsive,
walked up and ulted
and
somebody
that they
while
feel
two
it comes
other
out
people were
slower
around.
than when they actually proc it, but that could just be a
Total
skill
chat.
issue.
That is high tier.
They think their reaction time is higher than it is.
Deduin just wasn't there. So you're missing a lot of damage from Cosmic.
Yeah, I
Dreamers.
rarely ever have the
And
issue of it not working.
the Heroes almost killed Loki despite the dagger. The damage was just a little bit off, but they had the right idea. They CC'd him and then tried to
Can't
blow
get my
him up.
dagger up.
And
It's
Crow
not.
was there,
it's
ready to
flaccid?
follow up with something.
I don't get
Once
given.
Valo
You,
came out
that's
of
the
that
issue.
dagger, but
You don't sit
Well
back and like
isolated
try to have
alone,
somebody hand you the
Loki
dagger. You
really
walk up and you
enjoys that
fucking
1v1
snag
where
that
they tear
shit.
into you when you don't really have a team to
This is
off and
mine.
back 'em up. Pyromancer
Be like
picked
a
up by the
4-year-old.
Cosmic Dreamers.
Mine.
So they look for even more
Mine.
objectives, but
My buff. My
if the Heroes
dagger.
can just drag this game on.
My Pyromancer
Because
bomb.
at some point you hit a level in the game where no longer
What are they
how long
called?
it's been, you just
Crystalline
tie it up,
eggs.
They can win something.
They're mine.
Dino ult will get out of there back to Leo for some safety. Elysium Heroes could not grab the pick that seemed to kind of be lightly showing itself.
Not too much here. Cosmic Dreamers, they're waiting for Ancient Gold.
Probably never learned to share.
Start to go for anything.
Look at the Mulan build given already 3 magical gods in the team. Those are just like the best items.
A bit here. They know that if they
Nothing else to really build, unfortunately.
They'll be able to go for a little
I mean, you
more
could try going like Void and
fun
like
damage
Hammer,
because you have to imagine, right?
but I think these are like just the
This
best
is game
items.
point
Other
for
than
Cosmic
Binding, I don't think
Dreamers.
Binding is very good.
$10,000 at the other end of this game if they're able to get the win here. You can't let yourself be taken off kilter by these
Ooh, Leo.
renegade guerrilla
Leo,
tactics
Leo
that
no
Elysium Heroes have
beads.
started.
So, like the baiting that you talked about. The sort of
Leo no
goading-
beads
goading
here.
them in and testing their ego to take advantage of it, right?
Yes, exactly. And speaking of guerrilla tactics, heroes
This is the
all in a
definition.
push. Yeah, this is doesn't get more guerrilla than this. They
They're not gonna
look
kill
for an
him.
engage here. Lone ult.
Oh boy, there it is on.
Did they kill him? Okay, they got him.
Dead. Leo, goodbye, Pelota. It was nice
Coach
knowing
just
you.
did a
Hang
ton
on,
of damage.
turnaround, pretty decent. BBL3 still alive.
Merca's still full
Has
health.
a good whirlpool too, but look who just turned the corner.
Deduin's
It's
full
Deduin,
health.
almost able to get that fadeaway shot to bring down BBL3, but can't do it. But now Elysium Heroes have been forced
Pro
away.
dead.
Cosmic Dreamer still
Dudu full
standing.
health
They added
still.
one more to it.
Crazy that we're seeing a 1-for-1 at this stage when Cosmic Dreamers have the lead that they do. Dino comes out here. They're trying to catch Speak No Evil, but can they get there? No! Forced away, but who's left behind? Scream. I hope nobody notices him.
Why did SPK open the door?
Rooting for the dog now.
Maybe try to get it like
You know,
distracted onto
My
him.
dog's rooting for the dog.
Is that what that's been? Is that been Gunnar just screaming and supporting Scream? I respect that.
Yeah. He's like, Anubis! Like, no, his name's Scream. He's like, Anubis! I can't believe that.
Oh,
Heroes got away with that.
Deduin, no!
No way!
Caught out and got baited, just like Music
Dudu?
talked about. Unfortunately, that time the hubris
Okay,
is
did
the
they
end.
kill?
But
Did they
now
kill
it's on-
Kano?
On to Kano. Kano goes down. Kraken pops Merca. The laser on
What
to
are we
Coach.
doing?
Forces them away. That was a wild 2 picks to get on the Cosmic Dreamers. That was exactly what you talked about, Busey.
The
Just kinda
Betty's
stepping up
back!
too far, feeling like you're a
Kraken!
bit too ahead and paying the price.
Do Cosmic Dreamers not... Okay. Let me start over. So how are the Elysium Heroes getting away with this right now? How did they manage to get to this point when Cosmic Dreamers, by all rights, have just been kind of walking over this team composition?
Don't say it, Schmitty.
Because it doesn't
I
feel
predicted
like it
the
has a lot of
Dreamers.
cohesion.
We
It
can
feels
go
very
5,
messy.
I guess.
Well, Elysium Heroes
But I
is
think if they
just
go
getting
5, it might
messy
be
with
fucked.
and forcing Cosmic Dreamers down to their level of, yeah, we're going to take really weird fights. We're going to have jump scare tactics.
My prediction is the
And
Dreamers.
How do you
I
respond
need
to
that prediction to
The
come
play
through.
it's not what we're used to seeing, right? I think last game you said it was very mature, very structured. You know, a lot of what we're used to with traditional engage and stuff like that feels a little like a playground fight. Like I'm gonna kick over your sand.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like that's
I
the
like that.
vibe I'm getting here. Elysium Heroes are like,
It
all right,
does. It does kind of feel like if the Cosmic Dreamers but just group is 5, they'd have less problems, but they keep getting picked apart, sort of disassembled.
The Screnubus does have a lot of life
I
steal.
genuinely think they might not quite respect the damage potential that the Elysium Heroes have, especially now in this late
Yep,
game.
first
where
place gets 7,500, second place gets 2,500.
Bancroft's Typhons, those are huge.
Yeah, Dudu
items
always
for
builds a little
Anubis.
funky.
Now he's a problem.
Oh, yeah, there's a Brawlers too.
And
Yeah.
Q has Obshard, so the damage there is good. Pyromancer put down to half, but Kano's going in again.
And the wrap is good too, the pullback as well, but still no picks. And no, Coast not able to get away. Kano with the shutdown, but it's starting to trade on,
Oh,
backing
no.
up, down from Leo, trying to
Oh
stay
my
alive.
goodness,
The
they're
Kraken will
throwing.
shut that one down.
Oh
No more
my
Leo.
goodness,
you can
they're
turn. The
throwing.
Cosmic Dreamers are there, and it might just be a game
They're
of throws
throwing.
if this continues. And I think they just
Oh
realized
my
the same
fucking
thing, and they
goodness.
start to fall back away.
What is going on? What is this? You know who else?
I'm starting to think we were sensing the right thing.
I feel sick. You know who else has actually been going kind of ballistic? Kano's really showing up this game.
This might be Kano's best game of the tournament. Low key.
It feels like Cosmic
Oh, no,
Dreamers
is
forgot
Dudu
about them
dead too?
doing caught here.
Oh.
Can he get away?
Is Dudu
Needs
dead?
backup. You have the Jing Wei, but you need more backup than that to stay
Okay.
alive. The heroes do
Dudu?
commit. A lot of damage on Benny. The Doin trying to put some distance.
Oh my
Does get caught
fucking
though by
goodness. Okay,
Scream.
Valor.
Shows
Valor.
up, brings down Benny instantaneously. Has the resetnality
Valor.
of this. Has the backup from the Athena ultimate as
Valor.
well. Brings down a second one in Scream. Tries to
my
survive
goodness, Kano.
but can't do it. The autos are
Holy
too good.
shit, Kano.
Valor will get shut right
Bro.
back down right after.
Bans did not
Every
reset.
trade like
They
this
decided to go
only
through with it.
benefits the
So there'll be
Elysium
no
heroes.
bans,
Every
no
trade
resets.
where the Cosmic Dreamers do not at least get
Holy
ahead
shit.
benefits
Bro.
the Elysium heroes because they are the
Kano,
underdog in this situation. They are
game
trying to
on
claw
the
their way
line.
up to the point where the Cosmic Dreamers are. in
Mars
terms
got
of
the
gold
beam
and
pointed at
experience.
Earth. Give me Kano.
To see that the
Give
Cosmic
me Kano.
Dreamers are struggling with this
Yeah, it still does flash.
is
No, he's played on
concerning
her
if
a
you're
lot, and it's
Dreamers
just
fan,
not looked
because
good.
By all
But he's
rights,
fucking. He
shouldn't be
is
happening.
fucking.
Taunt on fire. Speak no evil. Half health. Could go down.
Kano?
The
Kano?
Cosmic Dreamers want the pick. Bologna dives in
Kano's
deep.
dead.
Kano goes for the retreat.
dead.
Turns. Slams some autos. Looks for Merca.
Cro's
Can't
dead
find
too.
it. Merca gets the kill instead. Now Crow taunted back. Sent down.
Kano can't
to
jump
dust.
right there.
That's 2 picks for the Dreamers by
Kano
the
and
fire.
Iggy. Who
That
do you
fight,
think I'm
I don't
disrespecting
hate
with
it,
that?
Forcing the Cosmic Dreamers off of the Fire Giant because now Scream and Benny have respawned.
I mean,
so the Fire
Scream
Giant
should never have it. He's playing a
Cosmic Dreamers
magical.
can't start it up.
That's the
like,
LeBron stopper. Settle down.
Heroes are
Settle
playing this
down.
very well. These guerrilla tactics, the renegade warfare.
I
It's
want
panning out.
Iguodala.
And now that we're here in the late game, none of the past matters, right? The McRib is back. And
All right. I don't like the
they
casters
can
anymore.
just fight these fights as long as they get a couple picks. They're chilling.
Him and just like
Yates
that.
won't find either.
Double-
Benny Q.
Oh,
able
never
to
mind, not
escape.
beads.
Same as Speak
It
No
was-
Evil. The Cosmic Dreamers commit a big time ultimate, but
It was
step right back
SPK's
to the
talisman.
fire. Fire's getting burned pretty
Yeah, it's
quickly.
just the
this time.
stats on it are
heroes
really
might be
bad,
dared to
Flash.
try to contest around
For-
the
for
side
Scream.
is Scream. This is a great position to be in for the Anubis. The fire is
Bobby
let go.
Kellerman.
But now there's some CC out. The
Holy
Kraken's up
fuck,
too
they
deep.
actually
Hard
took
to
a
pick
lot of
from.
damage.
Speak No Evil got caught out, but the committal is on
took
to
so
Speak No
much
Evil.
damage.
The Dreamers cannot take advantage.
They're all so low. All the health bars for Elysium Heroes, at least the ones remaining, are full.
Oh my goodness.
Poseidon
Audio only?
and Anubis.
I don't know. That's a good
Can
question.
they rip a fire?
It's a
here?
setting
Can
in
they just
Twitch
burn it?
if you change
Unless
that.
Cosmic Dreamers have fastbacks.
Is Scream
It doesn't
paying
look like
rent
they
in this
do.
spot?
Yeah, he's got kitchen appliances. He's got like a microwave, making some noodles.
Were you trying to think of what appliances are in a kitchen? Is that why you paused?
I tried to think of what would
Fuck, we
functionally
can't
work
see the
inside a
wave.
bush.
That's a huge
Oh,
wave and
and you
left.
picked
Holy
microwave?
fuck.
Well, yeah, there's an outlet by the totem.
Okay, sure. Fire, half health. Cosmic Dreamers on it. Elysium Heroes open the door. Crow's
Oh,
the
Crow
step
dead.
through. The engage is right there, but it's in
Oh,
the doorway. Big time knock up. Ultimate out from Scream. Crow on fire, trying
Kano
to bring
shredding.
it down. Dies first, but look at the damage done.
Oh my goodness, Kano did
Scream
so
will
much
fall
damage, but
too, so
nobody's
all
dead.
That damage to the
Nobody
health bars
died.
of the Cosmic Dreamers will be for
Holy
naught.
fuck.
They get fire on the belts of 5.
If Scream had chosen to ult on top of that fire giant instead, that could have gone a lot differently, but the ult was just short of the range that he needed to get that damage in.
Is that a GG?
On paper, that fight could have gone pretty well for Heroes, but Cosmic Dreamers were able to distract Scream enough.
I mean,
and
they're
then
down only 10k
capitalize,
now.
take
I feel
away
like at
Crow
this
and
point they have a
Scream,
better
so now
chance
all
than
you
they
have
did
left
10
is
minutes ago when they were down
Benny,
10k.
Evil, and Kano for this assault coming up from the Cosmic Dreamers. Honestly, they'll walk down, take a tower, they're back up, they'll take that Ancient Gold Fury because Crow and Scream are coming right back. Cosmic Dreamers need picks to really force this push.
The Cosmic Dreamers
Crow and
want to end
Scream's
this
still dead, so they
day
get this
right
Phoenix.
here.
This is good.
Fill
This is
their
a really
wallets
good
and
rush
walk away
down.
happy. Elysium Heroes still fighting for that
Val
back
took
to back.
so much damage.
So you got to hang on. If you want it
They
to be
missed
possible.
bomb.
Benny Q, an MVP
They-
of the Vegas tournament.
They-
could
they-
be
they
a
missed
way
bomb.
back in. The damage has been insane from this Poseidon, but you have to imagine that you're starting to kind of, you're really starting to address things. Look at your checklist of what can go right in these moments. I think the
Yeah,
biggest
Deduan's
positive
build
right
is a
now for
little,
Elysium
little
Heroes,
fucking
despite all
insane.
the damage on both the Phoenixes. and
Coast has
the
dagger.
Ancient
That's what
Fury
it means,
now being
T-Kraus.
added as well.
He's got
is
that
just, well, they
respawn
haven't tried
thing.
to siege yet. That's kind of the biggest one I can think of. At least we're level
Of course.
20.
Well, you've made it this far, right? You've dragged the game to the 30-minute mark. This is what Elysium Heroes were. This is their best case scenario when the game started the way
grouped.
that it did. So Okay, I thought we were gonna wait in that bush, but the grouping from Cosmic Dreamers here, they don't win a base race. You got to hit that back and try to defend your Phoenix. You have characters that are pretty solid when it comes to defense on Phoenixes. And
the win con for heroes,
giant AoE circles that say basically you.
I mean, you have to kill a Coast on dash taunt, but I don't know if they can.
And Bacchus can punish initiations with their arrow and flops, so it's just eyes on Valo to see who can he find amidst all this danger that the heroes throw out.
Phoenix Siege up. Remember, it's already low. Mid lane, the split works perfect. Leo gets the mid one down.
What?
The Cosmic Dreamers look for Speak No Evil, get damage on, no
I
pick,
think they. I don't know how they win this.
Done already without a mid
Coast
Phoenix.
gets a free
This left
dagger.
one is as good as dead. They realize the same thing. They lose that left Phoenix.
Not
now
what you want to
Leo
see.
Goes to the right one. This should be easy pickings for sure. It's already down to
it's
half.
fuck.
And the
It's
rest
so
of the
fucked.
Cosmic Dreamers aren't even here.
It's fuck. It's fuck.
Well, they don't have to show up.
It's
Luna has
fuck.
enough damage in hand to be able to shove it down and attract the ire of Benny Q. They're looking for the initiation. Cosmic Dreamers. They want to find that green light, but where is it? Bacchus flops in.
Speak No Evil tries to start things up. There was already a laser committed.
Oh my goodness.
This could
Scream
just
dead.
be it. Cosmic dreaming of a victory.
Oh my goodness,
Dreaming of that
Valo.
money in pocket. Valo leads the way. Does get brought
fucked.
down by Kano.
yeah, it's fucked.
Desperation will
GG's.
set in for the two remaining members. The back-to-back
GG's.
dream was just that. The Cosmic Dreamers are gonna take the Bobby tourney and
Crazy
put that money
play
to good
by
use.
the Dreamers.
They take it in 3.
That is fucking
Wow.
insane.
It was quite a journey getting to this point, especially with that last game. The heroes put up quite a fight, quite a struggle, but unfortunately it's going to be the villains, the Cosmic Dreamers, the big scary tentacle monster that find it in the end, especially because I really think
EU
this started in
Cinema?
picks and bans. I had a gut feeling that it might have gone the other
Damn.
way just because of the way the heroes were able to hold on, but
Damn.
textbook for Cosmic Dreamers to make that classic push. You have Bologna.
Hey,
take down the
we're not
Phoenixes,
surprised,
and once
Jinx.
you
We're not
attract
surprised.
Benny Q away. You know, you had
That
the
was just
chance
a
to get in. I think
crazy
really at the end
game.
there, heroes were trying to find anything. Speak No Evil jumps in.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
hoping
Scream
Dudu doesn't
comes,
get
the ultimate
drafted in the
cancels
fifth
it
or the
early.
fourth
You're not
round
able
again.
to find,
That is insane that
all
Dudu's getting
your
drafted
damage
there.
landing the way you want it to. So then, boom, out from underneath.
Charbomb they follow.
Bono tries to trade something in the end. It just can't land.
Well, let's take our look at our champions
Beautiful.
graphic. Of course.
Beautiful.
Rocking it through. An impressive game from the Cosmic Dreamers. They definitely earned that. I feel like that Loki pick kind of was locked in with the lock-in of the potential to win this whole thing and take it all home. But a really fun game to watch. And, jokes
Yeah, it's
aside,
just 'cause he's
we had our
European.
giggles in the beginning.
And a lot of them, NA players don't know how good the Europeans are. But I hope you guys enjoyed the BBL3. That is it for today. That is it for today.